Bum, 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 ba 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 ba. Yep, 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 yep. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. Okie dokie, here we go, folks. Do 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 do. Bum ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba do. Ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba 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 ba. Wap wow wap wow 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 wow. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Ba 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 wow wow. Do 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 do. Ba ba bum ba da ba ba bum ba da bum. Ba 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 da ba ba ba. Do 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 do. Wow. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba bum 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 ba 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 bum 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 ba 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 wa ba 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 do 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 hoo 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 hoo. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do 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 do. Hello, hello, hello. Bum bum ba ba bum ba bum 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 ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 ba. Ba 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 bum 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 ba 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 bum ba ba da ba 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 wow wow wow. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hello. Hey, Emily, how are you today? Bum 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 ba ba bum ba 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 ba. Not too shabby. Still alive, still breathing, so I've got something to celebrate. Oh my goodness, there's always updates. So this is a fun new game that has come out that is still in development that we have been given the opportunity to help test and work on. So, yeah, gonna have some fun with that while talking about stuff. Yeah, yeah. Should be a blast. Hopefully, as long as it works. I think that's one of the wonderful things about technology. It's great when it works. uh, Hello, hello, Miss Trista. How are you today? Another beautiful sunny day here in the Philippines. Seriously, it is absolutely gorgeous here. I know you guys think stateside just recently had snow. Oh, I don't miss it. To be completely honest with you guys, I don't. I don't miss the snow like at all. That like I grew up in northern Indiana, so uh yeah, I don't miss it. Yeah, I don't. I understand. I completely and totally feel you there. A friend of mine who recently married another friend of mine and moved to the States. Um, she just had her first snow. She loved it. She was like, "Oh my gosh, like it's snow." It's first time. She came from Pakistan, right? So she'd never experienced snow before. So her first experience with it was this last snow you guys just had in northern Indiana. So it's like, huh. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Wait till it is ice cold and everything is slushy and frozen and just yeah. What is going on here? Couldn't connect, trying to reconnect now? What are you talking about? There we go. I go away. Seriously. There we go. Hello, Mr. Tina. How are you, sir? There we go. Come on. Come on. You can do it. What the? All right. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pray real quick. It seems like there's a. Yeah. So, Lord Jesus, Father God, I just come to you right now and I just lift up the live today. I lift up our time for gaming and just like fellowship with brothers and sisters in Christ, and even those who are outside of the faith. Father, I just ask that like this be a place where they can come and ask questions and find some momentary peace and rest in the journey that they have. Lord Jesus, I thank you for the opportunity to be here. I thank you for the opportunity to be a light in dark places. Father God, just bless our equipment, the internet, the game itself, everything that is connected to us in whatever way. And may this just be a time to unwind and just enjoy the company of others. In Jesus Christ's name I pray, amen. And Father, I thank you that no weapon formed against us shall ever prosper. Thank you, Father, that no curse or magic has any power over us. I thank you, Father, that we are everything that you say we are, that we are the sons and daughters of Yahweh, and we are safe under the shadow of the wings of the Almighty God. And that's you, Yahweh. Thank you. Amen. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Anna. Hello, Gabriel. I think he may have left. That's okay. So just trying to get the Ashes of Creation launched right now. It's just getting, I think everything's downloaded right now. I think what it's doing is writing all the files and just getting everything going. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? Like on the live via the Tiki Talk. For those of you that are on TikTok, I'm not seeing anybody on YouTube at the moment, though. I mean, honestly, that could change at a moment's notice. So, yeah. Yeah, I figured. All right, so I'm going to have to remember that. Thank you, Emily. Hmm. That's interesting. As I see, there's no issues with OBS. It's only, yeah, it's which is really interesting. There's no issues with the YouTube Live. It's just the TikTok. So it's got to be some kind of server issue because it's not showing any of these issues with YouTube. Yeah, again. It's just funny. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Do 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 do. Baby dee dee ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 ba. Wow 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 wow. For goodness sakes. Yeah, I know. It's like everything is fine via YouTube. It's some weird whatever the doo-wop ditty is going on with TikTok. It's kind of funny actually. Why, hello. All right. Let's see what we can do here. May have been some really, really weird interaction between like Ashes of Creation because it's like, yeah, I don't know why. Like it's like the upload speed is fantastic. I don't know. It's being strange. Definitely being strange. All right, well, we'll find out. If necessary, I will like close the live and reopen it if absolutely necessary, just to see if I can get a better connection. Then we'll find out. I'm gonna launch the game and we're gonna see what happens, guys. Security guard Rasputin. I don't know why, but I like that name. All right, so I think we may be okay now. I think there's just some weird interaction between the Ashes of Creation launcher and TikTok Studio. We didn't have any issues with OBS with YouTube, so don't know. We'll find out. Are you guys able to hear me okay right now? Like, I know there's like a black screen here because I'm pretty sure Ashes is booting up. Prayerfully. Oh, hey, we got connecting. See what happens. Nope. What the? Like, when is Ashes of Creation actually going to be up and running? Is it just Saturday and Sunday?
Because if that's the case, ugh. Seriously, that is a huge letdown. I have been flipping wanting to play this game, and it's like the servers are down way, way more than they're up. At least it's updated, but goodness gracious. Let's go to news and find out what's going on here. Okay. September, August 31st. What about preparing for Alpha 2? That's October. We're November right now. Let's go to forums, see what we can get here. Next time, Wednesday, November. Okay. Alpha 2 testers. Phase 1 of Alpha 2 testing will occur on weekends. Each weekend is scheduled to start on Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time and end on Sundays at 10 p.m. Okay. Well, all right. So 10 a.m. Friday, it is Pacific time. Yeah, it should be up. Interesting. Yeah, it should be up. Why is it not? Yeah, so there's EU West, which is what I would likely connect to, would be the EU. That's very strange. I'm not quite sure why it's not allowing me in. Awesome. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, right now, guys, what I'm trying to do is figure out like what the do-up diddy diddy dum diddy do is going on with Ashes of Creation, like based on the time frame, like it's supposed to be open. That would be so Eastern Standard Time would be around, so that's Pacific time. All right, let me double check this. My brain is not braining at the moment. All right. Okay. Let's see if I can get connected on Discord here. That was not particularly helpful. So it is the 23rd of November. So 10 p.m. Starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So 10 a.m. Pacific, Eastern Standard, that'd be 1 o'clock. 1 p.m. Which, okay. My time. Aish. Yeah, so it should be open. It should have been open since 2 o'clock in the morning, my time, here in the Philippines. So it may just be an issue. Yeah, I'm actually just totally not sure why I'm not able to get in there. Oh, the servers are being worked on. Okay. So did they actually, so Alexander, like seriously, thank you, dude. So have they brought the AOC servers up, or is there just another issue that I'm not aware of right now? Like, as according to the schedule, like it should be up right now. But of course, I mean, it is a game in development, so I do understand how, like, I'm just trying to figure out how to get like the inside track on this so I can keep track of it so I don't like, you know, want to waste time. You know what I mean? See how I can get connected. Um, hey Bickums, hey dude. Um, okay. Yeah, Jordan. Mr. Big. I'm not sure, dude. I don't know what's going on with all of that. Like, why I'm having trouble connecting. It may be because of where I'm located, and they don't have a node close enough. But again, if like I use a VPN, I should be able to connect regardless. Like, as long as I have internet, I should be able to connect, even if like lag is a thing. That shouldn't be that big a deal. So let me try launching it again, see what happens. See if I can get this actually going, which would be amazing. Yeah, it still says no available realms. All right, I'm going to try to troubleshoot this stuff, guys, and see what I can figure out.
I'm gonna see if I can log in
On your end? Yeah,
from work
dude.
here. Yeah. I have an update I'm doing right now. Hmm.
Hmm.
What?
What? What's what? That was loud. What? What's going on, bub? See if I can get
Okay, last
connected.
time I was able to successfully launch everything. Now it's saying now I can't. Uh, uh, hmm.
Oh, what? Seriously.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
it's saying another installation is in the progress. The same thing that it did last night. Uh,
Oh, goodness gracious. You're
in
going to
the
have to.
very beginning.
Okay.
Oi.
Yeah, well, at least you know how to fix it now. I mean, yeah, I can understand how like that can certainly feel extraordinarily frustrating. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Alexander Tipton says they're fixing a game-breaking bug right now. Join AOC on Discord. Hashtag Alpha2 News. Okay, I'm trying to get into like that Discord, but every link I connect is somehow directing me to some other weird thing, which is really quite frustrating. I'll tell you. It's add a server. No, no. I don't want to create my own. Oh, come on, there's got to be some kind of link that I can get here. We're gonna look for it, guys. We're not gonna give up. We have the power. Unable to link Discord. There's so many things going on right now with this game. It's hilarious. But that, I mean, honestly, it's an alpha too. Like, it's not even being beta tested yet, so that doesn't surprise me that much. I mean, goodness gracious, like patience is definitely necessary in this situation. So let's see what we can do. If I can get connected here. Brum, brum, brum. Make sure the game servers are currently online from the server status page. Where is the server status page? It says all systems operational. Like, I.
I got it.
Oh, okay, wonderful. That's great. Thank you so much for your maniacal laughter. I feel so much better now.
Mm-hmm.
It
It
says
was
all.
a Battle.net updater was running for some
Oh, okay.
Make
reason. It was
sure,
causing interference.
make sure your computer is connected to the internet.
So
Duh.
I,
Power cycle your computer. Yeah.
yup.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Alrighty. Let's see what we can do here.
Other countries have no problem with connecting
uh,
to different like America at all. There's little to no problem. So I heard you saying you might do a EU server.
well, yeah, but I can't. It's not finding any servers. Like that's the thing. That's
But
the
it's just
problem that I'm having right now. It's like there's no servers available. It's what it says. It says error code 23, no servers available, and it's like, no,
I'll hop onto Thor's Discord, see if anyone is saying anything
well,
there.
I'd like to find the official Discord. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. But every time I click something, it's just like, oh no, you don't have the something detect
Just
something
do it
strange.
on your
Blah 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 blah.
phone.
I don't want to do it on my phone.
Maybe that's what you gotta do.
No. It's not what I got
Just
to do.
do it.
No, I'm not gonna do
Oh, dude, this is on the actual. This is kind of funny. I'm gonna send you something on WhatsApp.
that. Oh my gosh. Still says
It's
connecting.
it
Let me see if I can get into
has to
settings.
do with AOC and what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's
This was posted on the actual, or AOC actually posted this on their Discord. So this might explain what's happening.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
This is the thing. They put all of this stuff out for the alpha, and my sense is they have tons of people who are actually doing this because of individuals like Thor who have heralded this game, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have the capacity right now.
Well, that's one of the more popular things I've been seeing on, or not popular, but what I've seen quite a few different YouTube creators saying that they doubt that this will actually ever even launch. I'm like, why are you speaking these things? Like,
Because they don't want
bro,
it to. Because it's like,
it's
yeah,
insanely popular.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try connecting to Nord and see if I can bypass.
The game, hey, and let's see what happens.
I do not care. Go away. I don't care. Stop that. Go away.
Rating for
Go away. So
Rating
now, right
focus.
now, I'm connected to
oh,
a China. So
oh.
we're gonna see what it does. I'm just gonna kind of cycle through some different ones and see what happens.
It may be going. Maybe. Oh, baby.
Right? We're like,
Connecting.
let's do it. Let's get in.
No available realms.
It's the same thing for you. It's saying the same thing to you. All right. So I'm gonna cycle
Yeah, so all
through.
servers are down.
But it says it's operational on the server status page. Like, come on, guys, you gotta update that.
Maybe it's just not updated yet.
Maybe not. I think it's still no available rounds. All right. Well, I'm gonna try a different round
Can you
now.
imagine though? You're in the middle of doing one of the open world bosses, and all of a sudden, like,
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, well, yeah. Look at the old days of World of Warcraft, man. Like, serious. That was a normal issue. It's like, oh, server capacity have been reached. Start throwing people off of the server, basically. It's like, oh, well, that's great. I just missed that entire set of loot. Ah! Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when some of the games I played on mobile when it was first launching, you actually had to have a ticket in order to like you got your ticket.
So what do you
and it
think
was
would
like
be the best one to connect to in the EU, dude?
me?
What do you think would be the best like server? Like, want to go like?
I would say shoot. Let's
try- Want to try
well,
France?
there's-
I'm gonna try France. Let's go with France.
server wipe in December 20th anyway. So if a server doesn't really work, it doesn't
Well, I
really
don't.
matter.
Yeah, I don't really care about
You can
all
always
that,
use
anyways.
that.
It's just
I want to be able to flip and try out the game. You know what I mean? And see if I can break stuff. Like, that's kind of the thing. Like, oh, wait a second, I have an idea. Let's hope I don't hurt myself with this idea.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here in the
It's
loading
now
screen. It just says
authenticating.
connecting. There's
Verifying you are
just no.
human. This may take a few seconds. Well, I'm human, folks. Still
Well,
checked.
I think I'm just gonna Alt 4 out of this thing.
Oh, you don't have to alt F4. Just hit the escape button. It should let you out. All right, let's see.
I
Settings.
actually want to exit.
Okay, okay. So there are some settings I can see here. No, that's not. Preferred parallel operations, preferred auto update. I don't care. That's
I'm
not.
gonna go to the news page. Let's see what it's saying right now. It's not saying much of anything about.
No, it's not
that
saying
stuff.
much of nothing. It's just like. All right, I'm gonna try this one more. I
Okay.
cleared the cache, so see if I can connect via France.
France. I don't think it's anything to do with connections to server. I think it's just.
It just is what it is, man. I'm not gonna. Yeah, there's no reason to get all up in arms about it. It's like, oh. Yeah. I mean, I could, but I don't
I
think
just
that's
typed it
particularly
into
helpful.
Google Ashes Creation Discord. Gonna join that way.
Okay, connecting.
Wait, I already have it. What the heck?
No available realms. Rar. Okay. Yeah, I don't. I just gotta wait for them to fix it. I think is really the thing. So.
Okie dokie. Well, I tried, folks. I certainly tried. I failed, but I definitely tried. And it's like now it's just, yeah, there's so much unhappiness here at the moment. It's alright, though. I'm gonna go in here. Discord, NordVPN. Quit the app. Discord.
All right, so this is a Steven just posted this on 9:25 p.m. Wherever he.
Okay. All right. So guys,
is,
all
it
right.
says-
Quick question, guys. I want to make sure. Are we reconnected after me jumping around on a VPN to try and see if I can connect to one of the servers? Can everybody see me on TikTok?
Can you guys see me on YouTube?
Where are we at? My goodness. My goodness. We tried. We definitely tried.
Oh, woe is me. Oh, it's grainy occasionally, but we are seeing enough. Thank you.
Bean Man, what's up, dude? Yeah, trying to get connected to Ashes of Creation for like the Alpha 2.
Oh, hey,
What's up?
but
What?
we're still working to get Alpha 2 realms ready for testing, and we're now expecting to open up for the weekend at 8 p.m. So about half an hour.
Okay, where did you find this news so I can find these things too?
So you go on Google, type in Ashes of Creation Discord, and then go to and hit Discord, and then it says Alpha 2 News.
Okay.
Ashes of
Creation.
Discord.
Discord.
Let's have something, so.
So click it on that. You follow the instructions.
To Discord. They want me to verify. Why? I don't want to verify.
You don't need to. You just scroll on down and just hit accept.
No, it didn't let me. It says is invalid invite.
Okay. I'm going to copy the link address is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to plug it directly into Discord. See what we can do here. Paste. Join server. Ha! The workaround worked. Yes. Thank you for understanding hyperlinks. Thank you. All right.
Chat rules. All right.
All right. So, news. Hey, there's news. Now we can see things. Wednesday, November 27th, our next development live stream. Okay, where the do-up diddy did you see that? Oh, status and maintenance, eh?
No. It says Alpha under. It says Alpha 2. Then right under that it says Alpha 2 News. It says Alpha 2 General, Alpha 2 Book Issues, all that stuff. Alpha
Oh.
2 News. Scroll all the way
I don't
down.
see any of that.
I'll screenshot it and I'll send it to you.
What the doo-wop? I mean, there's 38,000 people online on this Discord currently. We're still working to get that Alpha 2. Yeah, okay, got you. 8 p.m., which would be... Well, yeah, okay, so 8 p.m. would be 8 a.m. my time. It should be up, like, according to this.
Okay, so no, so it says here, like underneath, if you saw that Discord should show this in your local time. This is my local time.
Oh,
It is
okay, so
currently
it should be up in
7:38.
20. So it should be up in 20 minutes. Okay. So how are you? How are you today, Bean Man? How are you doing? like, yeah, like, oh my gosh. But I'm trying to like. All right, so here's the thing, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing what you're talking about. I see rules. Or I have to hit complete.
Yeah.
I bet you all of it'll show up.
Well, that's kind of yeah. That's why I said I followed over. Boy,
You must be a member for at least 10 minutes. All right, well, that's okay. I'm just like,
this is how it looks for me. How the like the site what you're looking at right now looks like. Wait, what is? I just noticed that.
yeah, I'm not even seeing that though.
What is
For
admin
some
bolts? Okay.
for some reason, like there's news, but it's not showing. I don't have the other menus like you do for some reason.
Leave server. Yes, I haven't been a part of your
I
channel
don't know
for
why.
years. Not year, but anyways. Excuse me. Have you done the rules and the read me first?
Read me first. Alpha 2 testers. Okay. I have to link it, I guess. Connect. I had to connect it to my... You need to verify your account in order to prefer this... Why? The Discord is... It's just being difficult. All right, so I will mess with this later. This is... So I'm just going to trust that what you're saying is true, sir. How's that sound?
Hey, I'm sending you screenshots. It's all been verified.
It's all good.
Well, I guess we can.
Well, yeah. I
was
mean,
gonna say,
we can do something else.
we can download chess and we can play each other in chess. Actually, I have it on my phone.
We could do that. I haven't done that in... I haven't
I
played
haven't
chess
done
in a
either.
long time, man. I
The
don't
last
even
time
know...
I played. Hmm?
Go ahead. I don't even know what, like, like, what app I would download to be able to connect to yours on your phone or whatever. We'd have to find something.
Yeah, it's called chess. Or oh, for crying out loud! I'm playing so long I don't even know the actual name of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get, like, all of this stuff connected, but it is definitely being...
Here. This one right here. I can play with you like from my phone to your computer if I wanted.
Okay, what's it called?
It's just chess and hyphen play and learn. It's the chess.com game or the chess whatever. It's the
Play with somebody at your play... Yeah, so play chess online on the #1 site. So chess.com. Okay.
it's
Okay.
like this is what all the grandmasters and whatnot they actually they have tournaments on here and everything. Like your actual
So I'd have to sign up and everything, likely? Yeah.
Not sure actually.
So yeah, there's a whole sign up thing I just noticed. How do I need to verify? Okay. User settings.
Me and James used to play each other. He would email me during the evening. Hey, you want to play? I'm like, sure.
How do I verify? All right, I think I'm gonna have to mess with this later. Is what I'm gonna have to do, and
Oh,
just see about getting all
sad.
that. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, and I can always bug you and be like, "Hey, what's
That
going
is
on
what.
with the servers?" Like,
Yeah, play with a friend and then find for. Okay, yeah. Now I remember how to do it. But boom. So if we ever
so yeah,
do
we
want to
just
play,
gotta.
I
No,
don't
it's it is what it is, bro. Like, we'll get it. It'll
know.
get figured out. I'm gonna jump in WoW for a minute here. Um, I need to change my game info for a second, so that like I don't know if Mr. Teener is gonna join us at all, but we'll find out.
He said he's not going to.
Okay, why didn't he tell me that?
Well, we were actually on the phone calling each other.
Mm. Communication is important. I mean, I know he's on TikTok at the moment, so. Okay, let's see here. What did we need to do? All right, I'm gonna head there for a minute, and hopefully, Ashes of Creation will be up in the next 20 minutes. We'll see.
I'm gonna play Mark Rober on chess.com.
I'll see about getting that set up here in just a minute. But I did want to check out my auction house and everything and get that going. Hello, Mr. Torres. See if we can get. Yeah, gonna just see if we can get things going.
Get some movement here.
Patience. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, that is what it is. Hmm.
Oh,
It's like something. It's like my mouse sensitivity went to like 100 all of a sudden. All right. That's really all I wanted to do there. Let's get that. Do the trader's tender thingamajigger bopper. It's the same thing they keep giving me over and over and over again.
mm.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get that set up real quick.
Set what up?
Let's see if I can get chess.com set up.
Hey.
Oh, well, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm signed up.
Nice.
Yep. So we can get stuff logged in here. Give me a moment. I'd like to actually teach my wife and Miss Anna how to play as well. I think it'd be something that they would, yeah. Stuff. I'll get it on Google Play as well. So I have that set up there. Okay, that's there. Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, sometimes, guys. Hey, what's up? JB Chillin and James Perona. Hello. All right, guys. Seriously, thank you guys for being patient. This has been one of those days. It has been a little finicky, not exactly what I was expecting for sure. So Mr. Bickums, would you be willing to challenge me to a chess match?
I certainly can.
Yeah. It's my same name at Morloa13. Not quite sure how to use a lot of this, but I think you can just type in the friend name and then find an invite. There you go.
Yeah, I need to invite a friend first, so I can just do
Yeah, it's just more
this. No,
13.
so I just sent you a
Why?
link.
Just do it in the actual. Boy,
Okay. Okay.
make me have to go through all this flippin' stuff. Who is Riaz Grimmery?
No, that's my old name.
That's weird, bro.
Hey, yeah, I played chess back then, so what can I
Weird,
say?
bro.
Weird. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, how?
Weird, bro.
Just by name it or username. There we go. Okay, what is it?
More Aloha, MOR, capital MOR, capital
Yeah.
ELOAH13. Seriously, it's like I need 5 hands and 12 heads.
Okay, I think I did it right. Just waiting for more Aloha.
Where should I be accepting the invite, I wonder? I don't see anything. Let me refresh the page. Aha. I can challenge. What's this? All right, now I just... Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, you go first, right?
Yep. I haven't played in months, so go easy.
No, dude, it's been years since I played last. Okay.
My brother is the one that got me into this. He's reads all the books and everything. I'm like, I'm not. I like playing it just for fun.
Hmm. Okay, going basic, like, okay. Hmm.
No, you're basic.
Well, there's a couple different things like I could do. It's a couple different things I could do here, which is kind of interesting. Um, but there's like I could lose that pawn, which really isn't necessary. Um, like to do so, but I could. Hmm. Yeah, and then that would end up. Yeah, that you just take the. But yeah, that would be a good. It's a decent trade off. Yeah. Decent trade off. I'll take it. Because now your queen is out, which is mostly what I wanted in this instance.
Your pawn isn't guarded.
I know it's not.
Checking.
I was well aware of that. I'm just trying to see what like, mind you, it's been a long time, so I'm just kind of seeing what you're going to do and how you tend to play the game, too. Oh, that puts me into check, duh.
Yo.
Hey, bud, you can actually, like, I'm just going to tell you, you can checkmate me right here.
And well, I was looking as well as actually I can.
You can't? Why
Not
not?
right away. Well,
Well, I
okay, if
mean,
I
yeah,
take the rook, your knight can go back. Then I can
correct.
take the knight, but then you're no longer in, like you're in check again, sure, but you can move your
Correct.
king down. So, which is what I was going to do anyways, but it won't checkmate you. So I'm trying to think here. Hmm.
I mean, this has been a minute. It's fun, though.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, if he wants to, yeah, you're right, Bean Man. If he wants to actually finish this, yeah, he has to go. There has to be something that he can do with his bishop, or yeah, that'd be the fastest way to actually win. I think you are correct with that. Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
I believe this is not checkmate.
Hmm. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. It would have been better had I moved the pawn here to f6. That would have been a much better route to take. But, you know, live and learn. Yeah, I think you are
I think
correct.
I think the only move you have is knight to g8, but then I take that and then there's checkmate because you can't
Yeah, I can't move.
do
I can't move
e7.
anywhere, and I can't castle or anything. So yeah, I know. I know. I could have castled. I'm aware. Mind you, part of what I'm doing, Bean Man, is I'm just trying to learn how he plays. That's all I'm really doing. So I'm actually making moves that I know are kind of stupid. Um, like I'm just trying to see how like aware of the board he is, and the different like what kind of like thought processes he's going through, what he's looking at, why he's looking at that, how many moves ahead is he actually looking, etc. So I'm gonna hit that button. There we go, and rematch. All right.
All right, there's still no available realms.
Yeah. Uh, I played a lot years ago. Um, Played a lot more in high school than I did. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't on the chess team, but I was
Or
friends with a lot of
God,
the
this
guys on the
actually
chess team.
affects rating. Okay.
Hey, Al, do you see the chat?
What? Where? Which chat?
I was
Which
asking
one?
a couple. I was talking a little bit there. I was just asking who's black and who's white.
Oh,
Which chat are you talking
I'm
about,
black.
buddy? I don't see anything
The TikTok.
I don't see anything from you in TikTok.
Oh yes, I made like 3 messages.
Hmm. No, it says I played today at work. Laugh out loud. Several missing pieces. That's the last message I have in TikTok.
Oh, weird. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, TikTok is doing some really weird stuff right now. Like, yeah, definitely. I asked you guys to pray about it. I don't know if you guys have, like, been able to see anything. All right, whose turn is it? Mine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You keep going to this extremely traditional like defense, which, but I'll be honest with you, is going to get you in trouble. Yeah, I don't know why you thought that was worth it.
I work for a bishop.
Yeah.
I'll do that any day.
Okay.
To be honest.
Is it my? Did you already go, or is it?
No, I'm thinking what I want to do next. I can't do. But
Hello, hello, hello. Trying to get position for the queen. Either way, that does that. Puts into check there. Right. That defends that. That defends that. Yes, I could take that. Or I could move that up. He would move a piece there. That's just a simple dodge. I think the better thing to do here would... Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, man?
Good, good.
Glad to finally like see you here, man.
I know, man. We never talked in chat or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was yeah, I'm just spectating your guys' chess match. Thought I'd hop in, and actually introduce myself rather than just be a handle, you know.
Yeah, dude, it's good to hear from you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, this
Yeah,
is the first time I played this game in like 3 years. So
nice. Yeah, I didn't play for years, but my second son is interested in it. And when they visited for the summer, he brought it up, so I played some with him. It's kind of
Yeah.
got me into it again.
Well, it's a really, really great exercise for thought. It helps you to think, understand consequences, like understanding like the
Yeah,
whole decision making process. It's something that's really, really useful.
yeah, that's kind of what I was saying to my wife, that like it's good for like a brain workout basically.
Correct. Well, and that's really I think the entire point of it.
Yeah,
who's in
it's
the
a well
channel?
developed game, you know.
Bean Man. I do not know exactly who Bean Man is.
So Bean Man
No,
is is one of the guys that I actually met playing World of Warcraft. He's I think he's still in
Ah,
the guild. I think so. I haven't seen you log on in like
I
forever.
got off. I stopped playing WoW.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do every expansion. I play for like 2 months and then I quit and play other things.
Okay.
It's like an unhealthy relationship I have with World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I tend to
But
be
no, yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
If I have in the introduction, I posted a picture of myself.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
anyone that is curious, I introduced there, but that was like back in August. It looks like so.
yes.
It's so funny. Like it really hasn't changed all that much. I still get hit with all kinds of interesting emotions while playing this game.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have to deal with frustration when you make a mistake.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
and there's not just that. I'm also dealing with other people's emotions like as I go, which is always a curious like
Oh yeah, yeah.
exercise. Yeah.
Or getting hit
I
with
get, I
fear,
get
you make
that.
the wrong move.
No, yeah, there's fear, there's excitement, there's all of these other things that are trying to like so the way I've kind of been able to view consciousness and thought is kind of looking at the brain as a receiver and transmitter. The processes, like the biochemical processes that it actually like works through, are just transmitting information to and from a source. So we're getting in information from the world around us through our senses as well as like supernatural senses, and we're receiving information back from our spirit, aka soul, however you would like to, kind of define that.
Yeah, like I'm in the same school of thought that it's just it's like a transfer of
Of
spiritual
energy.
energy, if you will.
Exactly. And when emotional resonance is really, really, really high, it tends to be rather uncomfortable and more difficult to think through a lot of processes. So
Right.
the ability to then process emotional information coupled with intellectual information, etc., is what enables that kind of higher end thought processes to continue, even though there's a whole lot of energy like being processed from one point to another, and vice versa.
Yeah, no, I've talked about that with my wife as well. It's like it's kind of like an interference to a signal, like
Yeah, exactly.
when you're processing
Like, we'll think of it like
as
resistance in a circuit.
we talked about this. It's like the empath thing, like being
Mm,
an empath. It's like when you're experiencing that surge of like emotion from somewhere else, it can be kind of confusing and throw you off.
correct.
So if you're
Yeah.
playing a logic game, that could that could be very disorienting. Like,
Mm.
Oof.
You put yourself in a precarious position here, Mr. Bickums.
Yeah, I just made a blunder. I'm not sure if you're
Yeah,
gonna be
well,
able to
so what I
get
can
it.
do is I can go directly to knight here. I can take the knight. It's not defended in any way, shape, and form, which puts you into check.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I did not see a undefended knight.
Yup.
Oh,
Yup. 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 It would have been better had you let me take the rook. You could have then escaped and then set up a defense or castled your king. I mean, you can castle your king right now out of check. I mean, that's a pretty simple.
no, you can't cast out
Oh, you
can't
a
move
can't.
check.
across a check with
Nope.
the king. That's how
Ooh.
that works.
Okay,
So
I was not
if
aware of that.
if
Woohoo.
if the move of the queen is like behind, say like the previous game when the enemy queen was lined up with your rook,
Mm-hmm.
as long as I think how this works, which I'm not I could very well be wrong, but I'm
I'm
pretty
not an expert
sure.
either, bro.
Yeah, it's
I'm in no way an
the
expert at
king can't
chess,
move
man.
across the check in a castle. That's how it works, I think.
Okay, well, we'll find out, won't we? Oh, what just happened? What? Why did it? Are you serious? What the deuce? Just kicked me out of Discord, guys. What is this? Now it's like, what is this? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it's doing this. Like it just logged me out of all of the Discord stuff, guys. I don't know why exactly, what it's doing, or why it's doing this. Which is definitely like slightly annoying, to be completely honest with you. But it is what it is. So I can find my Discord password in my. That is. Unless it's the wrong email. Let's see here. It's. Okay, yeah, it's that ancient. It's my ancient email. Okay. All right. So, see if I can log in now. Goodness gracious, that
Is-
was a
Hey,
blast.
there you go.
Yeah, literally, it kicked me off of Discord randomly. Like it just. Yep. So I just
Yeah, I
had
saw
to.
that.
I just had to log back in and everything, and just went meow.
Yeah, that's really annoying. Like,
Are you still streaming?
Yeah, I'm still
Just
streaming.
streaming, yeah.
I've been dealing with all kinds of technical issues. Like this last one. Like, it's been a blast. Dude, you got 2 minutes left, bro, on your timer. I don't know what
Yeah,
happens.
I didn't want to move.
No,
and
it's
then
it's fine. I
you
don't
not being
have a
able to-
problem
you
with
have to play
that.
a bullet game.
Yeah,
Um,
it's at 10 minutes for some reason. I need to change it to like a 30-minute game.
And dude, I'll be honest with you, brother. I'm like wreaking havoc on your pieces here.
Y'all,
Yeah. And this queen is just smashing everything to pieces. I'm not complaining, of course. You know, I'm kind of glad
you're
she's.
not?
I'm kind of glad she's
Good.
doing her job. You know what I mean?
You can move your queen back and force him to take trade queens.
Oh, that's
Very
what. That's.
queen
I'm likely that's what he's gonna try to do. But at this point, it's it is what it is. I'm kind of curious to see how he's gonna. So the reason I play chess is not to quote unquote win, it's to grow and to become more adaptable and better at thinking and processing like copious amounts of information all at once. That's why I
Right, yeah,
play
I
it.
just use it to work out my brain and to connect with my
Yeah.
son when
Dude,
when
yeah.
when he's visiting.
That makes an enormous amount of sense. Oh, my wife just appeared. My queen just appeared. What can I say?
Meh. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. So the other like option I seem to have here is not a great one, but it's something I can do. Like if I want to keep my queen at this point, what I kind of have to do is kind of play, ring around the rosy with you, or I have to sacrifice. I have to sacrifice the queen. It's really the options I have available to me at this point.
View it as you're locking down the left side of his board. Just let it attack.
He doesn't need any help.
Well, like there's a few different things I can do. I mean, at this point, it's like, okay, which piece is going to be more beneficial for me to take? Like, so if I put him, like, if I take the rook, all right, that is going to like make things far more difficult for him. That way, we're rook for rook. I have 2 bishops. I have 2 knights. All right, he has 1 knight. He has 1 bishop. Then he'd have 1 rook. So I think the piece that is most beneficial to take at this point would be taking his rook. That puts him into check, forces him to have to move the knight, which then opens up that entire left side and enables me to start moving other pieces in. So that's my thought process here, kind of as I'm looking at it, like all of the different moves that he has available to him. Like I'm going to basically, I think the biggest thing here is to try to control the flow to the best of my ability. So the best way to do that is to place him into check. Now, the other like possibility here that would enable me a little bit more is I could like, yeah, but still he just take it with the rook. I mean, that's all he would end up doing. So yeah, the best thing for me here is that. That looks to be the best move in that instance. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, that right there is kind of the exactly what I would expect in that instance. Now I have to open up more on my side to be able to start, actually taking advantage of the moves I just did with the queen to open everything up on that side. So I think the next best step here is, just start moving and start a grooving here and allow my pieces to, do their thing.
I'm pulling for your Riaz comeback story right here.
Hey, you know what, dude? I think that's the best part about like being like kind of the way that we are is it's more.
Hey, shoot! I'm running out of time.
Yeah, dude. So you castled it away. Okay. I think the really fun part is when you get to a certain point in chess, it's not about everything. I see, I'm in check here. So there's a couple different ways I can get out of that, but what I'm just going to do is move to the side here. I think that's a more effective movement. So if he does want to kind of try and climb his way in, he's just going to get smacked.
Which is fine. Smack him.
And I have to start playing bullet chess here.
Oh, no, dude, yeah, you don't have...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of...
On stream, you have 19 seconds. I know that's a couple
I have
seconds
15
behind.
seconds.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing now is, like, I'm just letting my intuition, like, guide the move here. Which I
I need
think
to
makes things
pre-move
more
a lot.
interesting.
This is yeah. 1 second.
You can play 15-10 too if you guys want longer games, but a little bit, it adds like a 10-second after every move, so it makes the end of the game, a little better if you're
cool.
down.
Good.
That's fun.
Let's see here. I'm gonna back out and then change because I think just a simple rematch will.
Well, I'm going to see if we
not
can
reset-
actually get into AOC here. I'm going to try and
Oh,
check.
I've been trying throughout the game.
Oh, okay. I'll see if I can do anything on this end. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Alpha 2 at this point.
I'm gonna
Like,
check on Discord, see if they said anything yet.
all right, man. Thank you.
What is Ashes of Creation?
So Ashes of Creation
I
is
looked at
a MMO that is in development. That in development right now. Like, man, think if you took all of the best things from all of the MMOs in the last 20 years and then all put them into a single game.
Mm.
That's what's happening.
Oh,
it's subscription
Okay,
based.
I hope they
Steven
will
just
connect.
Like,
Like,
Steven
something
just
good.
made a new Discord announcement. Said, "Glorious and patient testers, this is part of the process of alpha. Sometimes we discover issues that we must work through. As consideration of the delay you are all suffering, my intent is to extend the weekend's testing, providing the testing goes well once we are up, which I expect it will. Thank you for your patience."
okay, so it's still down.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, good to know.
Well, maybe we'll play Monday then.
Right? That'd be cool. I mean, I'm
Oh, for real, I'm being honest. Maybe that's what we'll do for Monday.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good to me. I'm just like super I'm just stoked to be able to play. So, yeah, Ashes of Creation. If you want to know like and see some actual gameplay, I would check out at Pirate Software. Check out Thor. He's a streamer that we follow. He's an indie game developer, and ex-hacker. So
Yeah, I've seen some of his like shorts on YouTube.
yeah, I really like the guy. He's well informed, he's well spoken, and I enjoy his thought processes and the way he kind of like looks at problems. So yeah, it's been enjoyable. Like the gameplay looks absolutely amazing. It's something I'm really curious to start to participate in when it comes to the testing, and actually like helping it go live. There's a lot of people who are like really downing it, which I don't really understand why, except maybe they're being paid to.
Well, some of the like it got changed from a the only way I can explain it is more of a Destiny 2 control type gameplay to a tab target
Oh, so it
gameplay.
went more MMO style, like old
Yeah,
school
and
MMO,
some
which
people were a little disappointed in that.
whatever.
There's people saying, well, it's been 8 years in production. This is all they have. Like they started off with like 4 developers. What do you expect?
Yeah, but
Like, it's not-
that's the kind of that's the kind of criticism I'm not super interested in listening to. That's just, I think, an enormous amount of ignorance on the part of a lot of individuals. They don't really understand what it goes into actually making a game at all. Like, I mean, just the programming alone, okay? Just the programming by itself is an absolutely enormous undertaking. Okay, not to mention storyboarding, actually making sure that there's a story that progresses well, that doesn't have a bunch of plot holes. The quests make sense, they're interactive, they're engaging. Like, now me, I'll be honest, I'm not, the more I've learned about programming, the less interested I am in it. Now,
Yeah, I was kind of the same way.
but mind you, I love storyline. So I DM. Like, one of the things we are actually been in process of making our own game called Light of the Realms, which is just similar to how it sounds. It's similar to D&D in its tabletop version, and then we're just going to kind of keep working on it as we go over the next several years and see what comes of it. But it's 3 of us that are working on it basically at this point. So it's like,
Yeah,
most of it is
that's
just-
something I'd be interested in. I don't really have anyone to play D&D with, so like,
dude, you're more than welcome to join in, man. But here's the thing: it's a lot of custom build. So like your character evolves based on your imagination, move sets, and then we balance as we go to keep things, somewhat balanced between the different characters. Preston's playing a runic paladin. My mother actually plays a speaker that actually started out as a bard. So now her abilities have the ability now to affect reality in some ways. So she can speak something specific where she can buff the party. She can cause debuffs to like the enemies in different ways, slowing them down, etc. Other characters feels a lot like Drizzt Do'Urden meets Subtlety Rogue from World of Warcraft. Okay. Yeah. Like, and then Mr. Bickham's here. Jordan actually plays kind of a elemental wizard who can summon a pet basically to amplify his damage for a short period of time.
So basically, it's
Pure
set in
homebrew.
D&D, but it's very custom rules.
Yeah, it's custom
Like-
roles.
And we only
like-
have a D20. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's only D20s. We don't play. Yeah, we're not making it super complicated when it comes to RNG. But I think the part that is really, really fun for me as the DM is I'm helping bring it alive in their imaginations. While I think my favorite part is when they do get a bad roll and I get to play with that in some way, shape, and form.
Or if Andrea starts talking with trees.
Or my mother starts like eating a tree.
Talking to trees.
Yeah, and starts eating a twig on the ground that upsets said tree and feels very
people have before.
unsafe because you're eating a friend of. Yeah, it was great. It was an absolute it's an absolute blast. But
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that episode is actually on our YouTube.
yeah,
channel.
that episode is on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
So it's all improv. Okay, I don't create the quests beforehand. I don't do any of that. It's all improvisation. It's all coming out of my imagination coupled with the players and helping bring their kind of character to life inside of this world that we are creating together, while also keeping a storyline that is cognizant. That's what we're doing. That's Light of the Realms. It is improv meets D&D meets, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, improv meets D&D. I think I'll keep it at
man,
that.
I dig that. I did improv in school, like in theater. So
Yeah, see, I was a gleek.
like, yeah, I kind of get that,
Yeah,
like
I
I
hope
did
so.
my stint in that as well. So
There's also there's no health we don't have health points or anything. It's just, oh well,
No.
you're dead now. Oh,
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And now we had one quest line that was great. Oh my gosh, some of the things that happened with that. We had one player come in and did not take what I said seriously about like stop and think about what you're gonna do before you do it. And like he was literally on the team for 5 minutes and he was dead.
He's very chaotic play style.
Oh
Like
my
just
god!
kind
Well,
of
just
having
didn't
fun.
think about anything. Just I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and I'm it's like, well, bud, it just ate you, bro. Like that's not that not
And then we
dude.
had to
Like there
carry
was
it
then
up.
what happened is we ended up carrying his femur and going through an entire quest line, gathering ogre's blood and other things to revive him. Well, what we didn't realize is just because we had the femur, he came back, but he came back in the form of a dwarf.
He was
Because
a
that
giant,
was all
but-
of that. He was a giant, started off as a giant, and then came back as a dwarf because that's all the biological material we had available.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a very creative DM. I can appreciate that. You know.
Yeah, I'm super grateful for the
Oh,
creativity
that-
I've been given, man. It's
I
been a
believe
blessing.
that was the campaign line where me and one other player got our from head to toe covered in poison ivy. And yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and when we mean head to toe, yes, he chose to use the restroom in a very precarious position.
Uh, was it that?
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was another reason we got.
No, you were, yeah, you, dude. Sometimes your vision checks are just terrible, and you walk into things that
Yeah, that's what I thought happened because our vision checks didn't check out, and we just kind of
you just
me
kept
and one other
going.
person just full
Yeah,
yeah
you
just
just
full
kept
on
going, man,
through,
and I'm laughing the entire time as the DM. I'm sitting here like, so I actually play a character in the game as well. He's actually the guild master of the Adventurers Guild is the character that I play. It just kind of shows up from time to time and gives them a hand or kind of points them in a direction, etc. Which I think for me is a blast. And of course I play the normal
it's nice
DM
for the
role.
DM to be able to like kind of role play too past
Yeah.
directing things.
Oh, exactly. Well, and here's the thing: I love like characters, like the old. Let me see if I can get to it. It's like the old man from the village, the elder, just kind of talks like this, you know. and
One of the things that I do is I do different character voices. It's something I've been working on for many years. It's kind of what happens when you talk to yourself for long periods of time. It just you need something that's entertaining. Oh, if you really want to get
Get your
going, we
high
can
pitched girl again.
Oh,
The little girl.
nah, dude, I do not want to do that again. I do not. That was terrible. It was so difficult. Hi, how are you? It's like, no, that's just it's wrong on many levels. Like, please, this character was not a good idea. Why did I do this? Yeah.
Live and learn. Live and learn.
Yes. Yeah. It was great. It's like, hi, everybody. I was like, oh, this doesn't really sound like a little girl. It just sounds kind of creepy. Is really what it sounds like. But yeah, I tried. Yeah, it was bad. It was. Yeah. But it was wildly entertaining.
In the last I guess it's been about 2 months probably since I logged in a while. Have they released any new content like with raids or
No, dude, it's
anything,
the
or-
same thing. It's this Narub R. We still haven't completed it. I mean, goodness gracious, our guild is not exactly. Our guild has not grown substantially like yet, and I imagine it will as we continue doing what we're doing in, like on TikTok and TikTok Live. Like we're in YouTube Live. We're definitely getting more people that are interested in what I'm like sharing and bringing to the table.
Right.
I've
right.
noticed
Yeah,
so
I
many
see
people.
TikTok,
Yeah.
just the volume.
Well, some of it I've noticed is there's so many people who call themselves teachers who profess Christ, but they're just mean. Like somebody
Hmm.
asks a question. Like I've gone into a lot of TikTok lives and asked questions, good, like theological, doctrinal based questions, and I get railroaded by people. It's just like, well, how dare you question him? Blah blah blah. It's like we're supposed to question each other. That's literally what it says in scripture. It says test everything. Hold on to what is good and literally like turn away from all evil. Like that's something that is made extraordinarily clear. Like guess what? Science and reasoning and like scripture go hand in hand. If you're not willing to test things or be tested in some way, shape, and form, then I think there's a problem. I think that's
I can see that because I think a problem is a lot of people don't realize that humans, to varying degrees, carry evil within them. You know,
Yeah.
humanity is, you know, I don't use the word bad, but like
Well, there's duality.
it's easy to not be a good person in a hard world. You
Well,
know.
well, and that's the thing, and I think that's one of the key elements that I really would love more people to understand is that through Jesus Christ we have the ability to be intrinsically good. Like that's one of the promises that we're given through salvation and the indwelling of the Holy Spirit is that He will renew our minds, and that we will no longer have the desire to sin. And because of the relationship that we grow in with Jesus Christ, we're able to easily recognize the difference between good and evil. It becomes a very conscious act versus a subconscious act. Sin and ignorance is a thing. I mean, you can believe that what you're doing is good, but in reality, the reasonings that you have internally that you're not aware of are what are actually governing that. So with Jesus Christ and through the process of the renewing of the mind, you have that ability to really see what's going on inside of you through the perspective of Yahweh, which is, I mean, another name for him is the Spirit of Truth or the Spirit of Reality. Like, he is objective truth. He is love. That is his nature and his essence. He doesn't have to sit here and decide whether what he's going to do is good. It just is. Because that is literally the defining factor of who and what he is. So the challenge, I think, for a lot of people is even wrapping their head around that concept. Because we as humans have a limited perspective based on experience. And so when we are actively looking at, okay, why are we doing what we're doing, we have this amazing ability, most of us. I would say individuals who are often high-functioning autistic, it's much more difficult for them to lie to themselves simply because of how their mind works and the overthinking process that is just kind of natural, speaking from personal experience. I was never good at lying to myself. I knew it was a lie. I just chose to tell myself that because I felt a little bit better.
Right.
But most neurotypicals that I have met, or those who are allistic, that tends to be something they tend to do intrinsically. It's just something that that's just what they do. They are very good at lying to themselves and believing that lie and then acting upon that and defending it with like a freaking like fervor, the likes of which, most haven't seen since the time of the Berserkers. Like,
Yeah, that's something interesting. My wife's autistic, and I deal with some neurospicy, as they say, traits myself.
Right.
I'm not diagnosed with autism, but I have a different diagnosis, and it's like looking at how my wife might process information, like just she is very like forward and direct, with communication.
Yep.
And I could definitely see that like thought process behind that.
Yeah, and I know for myself, like my ability to read body language and to encode or to decode a lot of like kind of one-on-one information that's like being communicated via language was not something that I was able to do naturally. Body language, believe it or not, was actually something I learned. I learned how to read those different things and also learned to ask questions. So at one point I would say I suffered from hyper observance based on where I came from. I grew up in an extremely chaotic environment where, hey, I could go outside and lose my life if I wasn't careful.
Right.
So when you are like in an autistic state and you have like a lot of those kind of ADHD or ADD kind of tendencies to like process and information or go from hyper focus to no focus to kind of, you're kind of anywhere you need to be, whenever you need to be there kind of thing. I learned very quickly, especially as I got older, that most people didn't do that. Like, I could be thinking of like one subject and in the back of my mind have three other things that are being processed. And you could bring up something about like biology and I can just switch gears in 0.2 seconds Yet when another person would be speaking or going along those same lines, it takes them longer to be able to switch gears from something highly emotional into something highly analytical.
Yes, and the issue with that is that for something I've noticed is for many people when you make that switch, it's very confusing and sometimes
Yeah.
upsetting depending on subject
Exactly.
matter.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed it kind of over the years. And what I had to learn to do, and this is something that Jesus helped me a lot in understanding, why he gave me some of the gifts that he did, the ability to feel other people's emotional states, was where I could go, okay, I can gauge right here that this individual is going to be able to follow this conversation if I move between these two areas. Okay, they have the bandwidth, so to speak, to be able to make that switch. And then there's individuals, like my wife, for instance. Like if she's in a highly emotional state and I'm switching from high emotion to intellectual, she gets pissed off. And it's for her, it's a defense mechanism based on past experiences where individuals have done that in order to manipulate her in some way.
Right. It's interpreted as an attack, basically.
Correct. When that is not my intention at all. I've learned to process my emotions from a intellectual slash like emotional hierarchy. So I look at emotions as kind of the lowest rung on the ladder of conscious thought. And recognizing that emotion is the result of something either perceived or something that is based in our past experiences. So recognizing that perceptions are based in beliefs, I've learned that I can look at the belief that is producing subsequent thought and subsequent emotion and adapt to that, capture that thought, see, okay, is this based in truth? Is this based in a lie through my relationship with the Holy Spirit? And then replace it with that which is true as revealed by him.
Mm.
And I do
I
that
can see
moment
that
to
being
moment.
like it seems like a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this too, like making a decision when experiencing like strong emotions,
Yes.
like it seems like you're able to very easily separate logic from that emotion.
Correct.
Would you say that?
Yeah, well,
Yes.
that was
Okay.
something that was learned. It was not something I was able to do naturally. I don't think
Yeah,
most
yeah.
humans are able to do that naturally or intrinsically.
Yeah, I think
Even
that's just the calmness of the soul almost,
correct,
separating, my feelings from what I'm going to do.
correct, and that I would say is the marker of maturity. I mean, we see that
Mm.
in scripturally as well. When we look at James chapter 1, it goes like this. It says, "Count it all as joy when your faith is tested, for the testing of your faith produces endurance. So allow endurance to have its way within you, for then you will be perfect and lack for nothing. And if you need wisdom, ask." Like,
Mm.
our God will not rebuke you for asking, but make sure that you're trusting in him. For a man who is doubting, actively doubting, is like a wave tossed in the ocean, going back to and fro. So it's being able
Mm.
to recognize that emotional kind of state that you yourself are in, to be able to introspect and go, okay, hey, here's a thought. I am not this thought. I can allow this thought to become a part of me, or I can say, no, I'm not going down that path. It doesn't mean I ignore my emotions. I don't. It's not possible for me to do so. That is the
Oh
fastest,
no, yeah.
fastest freaking way to mental health issues I've found.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just being a psychopath at that point,
Yeah,
like
well, yeah,
just
and
going
even
full
yeah, I mean,
logic.
even sociopaths like do feel emotion. They just often have no empathy.
Mm.
So it's a disorder for a lack of compassion or a lack of love.
Okay.
Psychopaths have often the capacity to, but have learned to use emotion as a means to an end. So they use often emotionally charged situations to manipulate and coerce. Okay, um, that's that's where you kind of go into psychopathy, into psychosis, and many different forms of psychosis. I would,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, goodness, there's many different ways that those types of things can present themselves based on
Yeah,
what
no,
the source is.
I've personally experienced, psychosis before.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was
Like,
diagnosed like with some pretty crazy mental health disorders. I
Yeah,
do-
I'm diagnosed with schizoaffective
Yep.
bipolar. You know,
Yep.
that's like my primary
Yep,
diagnosis.
that was
And
that was one of the diagnoses that they gave me. But I mean, dude, they gave me a laundry list for years and years and years. And there was autism, and there was schizophrenia because I saw things other people didn't see, heard things other people didn't
yeah,
hear.
I'm okay. So this is interesting. I'm kind of dealing with this right now, talking to
Mhm.
my doctor because I've been having. Oh, it's like okay. I like I've been searching like spiritually, kind of like I mentioned in the Discord
Yeah,
chat, and I I basically just went and tried to meditate. I've been practicing like third eye meditation,
yeah,
and I asked like to talk to Jesus,
yeah,
and mm, this sounds crazy. I feel like I met Jesus, you know,
yeah. That's not crazy.
and
I
I
mean,
realize
that's
that sounds insane, but
no.
and
I'll be
when I
honest
told
with
my
you, bro. To
doctor
me,
that,
it
they're like,
doesn't.
"You're nuts."
I'll be honest, dude. You're like talking to me. That's not insane. That's my day to day life. Like I talk to him
Yeah,
all day, every day.
I was on a boat on a lake,
Yeah,
like
and dude, that's actually
in
normal.
my head,
Like that's
and
actually I teach
I
people how to do that.
yeah, I basically I call it I traveled to where Jesus was, and
Yeah,
we were on a boat in a lake, and we were, you know, he was like talking to me telepathically,
yeah, dude.
and
Mm-hmm.
That's normal for us here. That's just a day in the walk. Like that's and
yeah,
it's
and I
actually it's all mentioned scripturally. It's all backed by scripture. Jesus says those are the things that will happen.
yeah, now if I told you I don't know, I don't know how comfortable I feel like talking, like,
Well, no, dude,
you
it's
know,
all
I
good.
feel like a
It's
crazy
all good.
person, but basically, Jesus told me something to do for my mom, and it was
Yeah.
basically like to guide her to this meditation and bring them to her.
Okay.
And like I did what he told me to do. I went to my mom, and you know, I talked to her, and we sat in meditation, and she I didn't tell her where she was going, but she said that she went where I said I went, and then basically she told me set like weeks after that, like she thinks I healed her, like, of her depression. Like I didn't do anything, right? I don't.
Right.
It's very confusing to
You
me.
pointed her to Jesus is what you did. He's the one that heals. And
Yeah,
that's the
well, that's,
thing.
you
Like
know,
depression, anxiety, a lot of the mental health disorders that we experience are there because of beliefs that we have that the enemy has fed off of and enabled a well, I mean, I'm going to say it, a spirit to actually become a part of your everyday life. Like those are
she
spiritual
says it feels
issues.
like a dark spirit's been like lifted off of her,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
and
Like there's a spirit of depression, spirit of anxiety. Those are real things. Like spiritual
it's
warfare
just
is a real thing. So
confusing to me, you know, because I would still say I still wouldn't call myself a Christian. I
yeah,
would
that's
say I
fine.
follow Christ.
Dude, that's believe it or not,
Um,
that's what I tell people. Like, so are you Christian? I'll tell them. Well, I follow Jesus.
yeah,
Believe it or not, dude, and I told you this before. I'm not a fan of religion. I mean, religion is
yeah,
man's
yeah.
way of getting closer to God. A relationship is you getting to know God through conversation. It's kind of hard to have a conversation with somebody if you don't believe you can hear him, and
Yeah, exactly.
that's where a lot of these spiritual realities are so misconstrued in a psychiatric in psychiatry as it is right now is a pseudoscience to begin with. All right, it is the
Right.
only quote unquote scientific like school that literally has no like fact based empirical data to create suppositions and diagnoses. It's basically like
Yes.
throwing darts in the dark and hoping you hit something.
I feel like the medication,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know,
it's trash.
it numbs you to where you can't do anything.
Well, and that's the
And
problem. If you can't feel, you're unable to heal.
yes, I agree with that. And I know I told another friend about this, and he basically asked me if I was taking my meds. You know,
Right.
it was
I
he
know.
insinuated I was
I know.
crazy.
Yep. I know,
And
dude.
you know, it's just this journey is like
It's
it's
nuts.
hard because no one traditional Christians don't believe that you can
No,
literally go talk to Jesus like that. They
no, they
think you can
don't.
just pray.
Even though it says it right in the Bible that you can and that you will as you follow Him. Like
I
yeah,
yep. Can I
yeah.
speak a
Go
little?
ahead, bro.
Sorry, man. Yeah, I was.
Oh no,
No, no,
I'm
no, it's all
also
good.
really really
I was-
excited right now. So there's that, and I'm doing my best to keep that under wraps.
I'm just bringing up an example as well for you. Like I tried bring like I grew up Amish, and once I learned how to speak to Jesus, discern all that stuff, I didn't immediately tell my father, um, for I mean to me some obvious reasons. And when I finally tried to actually speak to him about it, he tried to discourage me and say that it's dangerous. Um,
Yeah.
some people just aren't willing to accept that
I'm
if you
glad you
can't talk
say
to
that
Jesus.
because my mom. So I was raised Baptist, but now my mom
Ditto.
is pagan. She does witchcraft and stuff,
Oh, okay. That's always fun.
and it's like I'm really scared to be like, hey, I'm talking to she loves Jesus, but she's like, if she thinks I'm like a Christian, it's gonna piss her off.
Well, okay.
Um,
So here's the thing, and this is where I think a lot of people like. Oh Jesus, how the heck do I word this? My favorite answer: do your best. Um, it tends to be what I get nowadays. Like Jesus, like, what tack do you want me to take here? What do you want me to do? And he just says, do your best. It's like, okay, and that basically it's him saying, you know what you need to know. Now just take your time and think it through. Okay. What I've found. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of history here. So when I was baptized in the Spirit, all right, I received the gift of the Holy Spirit. I immediately started manifesting supernatural abilities, like really intense supernatural abilities. And life that was already difficult became harder. Like it didn't get easier at first, because I was in a homeless shelter surrounded by individuals who were, for lack of a better term, demon possessed. And then I started having like supernatural encounters with individuals. Like I literally had a guy that I will swear up and down the dude was actually an angel in physical form. Because literally he came up to me and he talked to me in a very different voice. Like normally the voice that he used was not that. Like
me and my wife are tripping out right now because this just happened to me.
yeah,
Like-
so
explained it the same way.
Yeah.
so I was like the whole world around me slowed down. It was like this light like started emanating from the air around me and this person. Like I got goosebumps from head to toe right now, dude, just talking about this. And he started like letting me know that like I am safe, I'm protected. And this dude would be an absolute dick to everybody else, but he treated me with a kindness that I hadn't experienced in life before, especially from a stranger. Like he would show up randomly at different spots of the homeless shelter. I'd be like, man, like I really need some help right now. I'm really struggling. He'd just show up randomly and start helping me with whatever chore I was doing. Like, I mean, he barely would say anything to me. He just like, it's like he'd walk up like, hey, dude, you're okay, bud. It's all right. Like it was like now I feel like crying. Like it was something that was so surreal and something I mean I'll never forget. Like that was the very beginning of my journey. That was just like 5 years ago, bro. Like that was
Wow.
that was 2019. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Like
It's just this is just like it's really been the last few months that I've like been trying to commune with like with Jesus. I call him Jesus. And
Yeah.
I kind of just call him my guide. Like he's my guide right now. That's where I'm at with it in my
Okay.
personal journey.
well, and here's the
But,
thing, dude.
like-
One of the things I believe I'm being led to let you know is there is a lot of stuff out there, okay? But remember this. Any spirit that you meet, okay, that is a spirit of light, that like is a part of the kingdom of heaven, is going to always confess the deity of Jesus Christ. That Jesus Christ is Lord of Lords, King of Kings, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. That he, the Father, the Holy Spirit, they are one being. They are one person, okay? That Jesus Christ came in the flesh, that he lived, that he died and was resurrected from the dead, defeating sin and death. That is one of the all-time greatest tests for any spirit that you meet, human or otherwise, because we're all spirits, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so-
I agree with that.
So
everyone-
when
everyone
you
is-
recognize that and you recognize the essence of God is love, and you start recognizing, okay, what personifies love? What are the traits of love? Well, there's joy and peace and patience, kindness and goodness and gentleness, faithfulness, self-discipline. There's kindness, patience, mercy, humility. Like you start seeing and learning and experiencing those things. Okay, like whenever I talk with him, there's always a sense of peace whenever he speaks. It does not produce fear. It does not produce hatred. None of those things. I mean, if anything, every time I bring those types of thoughts to him, what I receive from him is the opposite of whatever negativity I brought to him. And in whatever gratitude or positivity I bring to him, it just gets amplified.
Right. What I brought last time I spoke to Jesus, what I brought to him was I wanted to like help my wife.
Yeah.
And what he showed me was that it was like through imagery that she wasn't feeling loved.
Okay.
And what he told me to do was to like wash her feet, that's what he told me to do. So I brought my wife in and I washed her feet, and told her that I loved her.
Dude, that does is that showing her like the value that you hold to her, that you're willing to humble yourself to the point of a servant to let her know that you value her and that you love her. Yeah, and that's exactly what Jesus Christ did for the disciples. That was that was a job that even like the least of the slaves would do.
I need the thing I'm most leery of is, this is strange to bring up, but it's like the Bible's like, to me, it's written by man, and I know it's the word of God. Christians.
Well, okay, yeah, I do hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying.
That's why that's a big hang up I have, and it's like I want to learn more about Jesus, right? But how can I trust that what the Bible says is the truth?
So
that's where I'm at right now.
And I do understand, because yes, we do have freaking 101 different flipping translations. And you can notice that certain translations are tailored to certain denominations. Like, there are definitely interpretations or translations of the Bible that I abhor, because they paint women in a light that was never what Jesus Christ taught. Women are not lesser than men. They have a different role, but we are to be equal partners in the gift of new life. We are to submit one to another in the spirit of holiness. Like, so much of what we see today in kind of foundational, how do I want it? Fundamentalist Christianity, I'll put it that way, is this adherence to rules and traditions made by men based on interpretations of men, instead of, okay, where is interpretation meant to come from? Well, all interpretation is designed to come through the Holy Spirit. We see that in the New Testament. We see that in the Old Testament. Okay, we see it in the Old Testament with the story of Joseph. All interpretation is to come from God. We see this Jesus Christ saying this on the road to Emmaus after the resurrection. He met with disciples, some of his disciples that didn't recognize him, and he actually explained and revealed the meanings of the scriptures to them. Mind you, they'd been with him for 3 years. They still didn't flip and understand what was going on. It took the Holy Spirit, all right, like that's Jesus Christ basically in spirit form, to reveal those things. And every single one of us who has accepted salvation being defined as like, hey, I've sinned, I've fallen, I can't do this on my own, I can't pay this price, but Jesus did. I'm accepting that, and I'm going to trust him to like renew me and transform me and help me to be like loving and kind and true and good and perfect in his eyes. Perfection defined as loving the way God loves, not perfection as the world defines it, which just doesn't flip and exist. That's exhausting and just bleh. No, that's not how it's defined scripturally.
Different for every culture,
Correct. So when we are looking at scripture, the first and foremost thing we need to look at is, where are those interpretations coming from? All right, this is where, like Jordan just a moment ago talked about discernment. And that is what we, as any follower of Christ, has available, is to go to Jesus and go, hey, Jesus, is this true? Like, is this based in love? And we can do that with everything, every word spoken by anyone, anything written by anyone. And we can actually take it to the Father and go, hey, Jesus, where's this coming from? And have a conversation with him about it. And in that, test, okay, understanding what is the nature of God? And we can come to that through an objective, like reasoned thought process as well. Like for life to actually function, there has to be a being that is benevolent in order to protect and sustain life. Or, I mean, goodness gracious, I'm pretty sure we would have all been blown up and completely destroyed many, 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 many years ago. Like, now I believe that that's a logical, like, supposition as you kind of go along the process of, well, okay, why does the world work the way it is? Why is there evil? Why does evil continue? Etc. Raise his hand. Yes, Mr. Bickums. You thought that was funny, huh, sir?
So, something I wanted to say when you said that, I'm just gonna call her Mr. Bean. I think that's fitting.
Okay.
You can call me Tyler. My name's just
Okay.
Tyler.
Okay, Tyler.
You said
It's
Mr.
something
Bean, I
that
immediately thought of the English comedian.
yo. Where my mind went when you said that about the Bible is what Alistair once told me is the Bible only becomes God's words once you read it with God through His interpretation, because
Correct.
the Bible at large is interpreted via man's own understanding
Correct.
of the Bible.
And it's made very clear if you read scripture that we are to trust in the Lord. This is found in Proverbs, all right, chapter 3, starting in verse 5. It literally says, this is, and I don't, Proverbs is a very literal, like set of principles that we can apply in daily life. Okay. So it says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways, humble yourself before him, submit to him, and he will show you what path to take. Do not be impressed by your own wisdom, but turn away from evil and fear the Lord. For then you will have health for your body and strength for your bones, your inner self. Okay? So I think that's a pretty cut and dry like statement there. Trust in God over yourself, submit to God, humble yourself before him, see him as greater than yourself. That's the fear of the Lord, is you actually recognize that God is God and you are not. So with that comes an entire level of understanding beyond yourself. You start seeking his perception of reality versus your own, which I think anybody who has had any concept of deductive or logical reasoning will recognize that we all have biases.
Yes.
And so in that, it's really difficult to come to objective conclusions and to completely take bias out. Well, now through Yahweh, through discernment, we have the ability to do so. Now, a lot of people will say that you're nuts. I mean, I've had many people tell me that I'm crazy. That's fine. But my life has got nothing but better by listening to Yahweh. Yeshua, Jesus, same difference, different names.
Yeah.
Like, this is a being that points me to forgive and to love my enemies. This is an individual that teaches me to be kind and to be gentle and to seek to understand others versus just to try to control them. Like, I don't see a drawback, except there's a lot of people that don't like the fact that, oh, God does exist. Oh, wait, I am accountable for my actions, my thoughts, my decisions. Oh, crap, I'm not God. And I think that's where a lot of people really want to be, is in this what they consider this gray zone where, oh, well, I don't really believe in him. I'm just going to kind of do what I want to do. And if you don't like it, meh. Okay, well, you can do that. Welcome to free will.
It seems to me a lot of people think they're the main character, you know? 'Cause
Yes.
they are of their life, but they think there's something special about them, you know? And I can admit there, I have an average IQ. I have an average life. I'm just an average man, you know?
Well, and here's the thing.
And
I
a
do
lot of
think
people have
go
a
ahead, sorry.
problem saying that.
Well, here's where I go from this. Like, and I understand there's a lot of different ways that you could view this. I believe that everybody is unique. Everybody has value. You know, even you can even learn from a fool. Like, you learn what not to do. Like, everybody has intrinsic value because of who created them. And I believe that's where our
Right.
value is found, is in that which created us and sustains us. Like, I mean, try and compute the math, all right, of breaking down like food for energetic material for your physical form. It doesn't make sense. Like,
Mm.
we can't, the way that our bodies are sustained are not just through chemical processes. It just, we wouldn't produce enough energy based on the things that we consume in order to do that. It doesn't line up from a purely analytical standpoint. So it would say that we are receiving energy from a source that we are not getting through the food that we are consuming.
Yeah, I agree with that, and that's like my mom might call it vibration, the
Yep.
universe frequency. You would call it, more of a spiritual, like maybe God, you receive it from God, if
Well,
that's where you were
it's
going.
I was going with actually something that is a little bit more comprehensive than that. Even I believe that what we're doing right now is an exchange. Like, I'm
I agree with
sharing,
that. That's
yeah,
kind of my viewpoint.
yeah. When we talk about communion in terms of like a scriptural basis with Jesus Christ, like we are partaking of His body and His blood, like it is literal and symbolic, but it's not like we're cannibals eating His body and drinking His blood. No, what we're doing is we are partaking of His essence.
Mm.
That's what that is. And that essence, that nature, that pure, unadulterated love is what heals us, transforms us, and enables us to be who and what we are. It's what enables us to use the supernatural abilities that He gifts us. It's what enables us to stand against the darkness, in the midst of absolute chaos and still find peace. That right there. And I have far too much evidence to deny the reality of it. I'd have to be an absolute fool to deny the deity of Christ with the experiences that I've had. And I mean, dude, I've seen and experienced full-on manifestations of demons. Now, again, you can toss it out the window with psychiatric diagnoses and naturalistic perspective, sure.
Right.
Like, what were you on? Like, what were you taking?
I'm kind of down that same path, just the fact that I didn't tell my mom what was going on, and I was specifically instructed to do this, and now she's just she's saying she can't access. She said she tried after we did that to access like those deep dark feelings that she had, and it just feels like a weight's been lifted off of her, and it's saying that to other people in my life that they think I'm insane.
Yep.
But it just has me questioning, like, it has me questioning just the path I was going down, I guess.
Well, and here's the thing,
And
bud.
I'm in a searching phase right now.
Well, yeah,
And
yeah, and I understand that, brother. Like, what I'm seeking to do here is to share with you my experience.
yeah, I
And wanting,
really appreciate you taking the chance to like talk to me about all this stuff. I just want to say that.
dude, this is you got to realize, man. I experience an enormous amount of joy doing this. Like, this is one of the, I think, the reasons why I'm here. Why He didn't let me die in that mental institution.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
um,
I've been there, man.
well, no,
I know what it's like.
I actually died. Like, literally, like died.
Oh,
Yeah.
you had a near death experience?
Oh, not near death. I was dead, bro.
Like
I
full
was
death?
yeah, I was dead. Like, I experienced like what I think some people would call Sheol, hell, whatever. Like, it was absolutely terrifying, and I cried out to God in that, and He brought me back. Like, there was
Mm.
I had been. Are you familiar with In Vega Sistena?
No. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so it was a psychiatric medication that I was part of
Oh,
those trials.
okay, I've heard of Invega. Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
So I was
I've
part
heard
of the trials for that, the clinical trials. And
Okay.
there was a chemical, what's the word? Basically, they Heath Ledgered me.
Reaction.
Yeah, there was a chemical reaction, an adverse chemical reaction from some of the other medicines that they had given me, and I died. Like, literally, like, I mean, I had like,
Flatline.
yeah, blood running out of my nose, like all kinds of really, it was horrible. It was absolutely, it was terrifying. I lost.
Yeah, my doctor wanted to put me on that for the schizoaffective
Yep.
issues I was dealing with.
Yep, they had me on 3 different antipsychotics and I was still presenting symptoms. They had
God, man,
yeah.
that's too much. Like I've been on 2 before, and
Yeah, I was on
even that.
Risperdal, Geodon, and Invega.
Yeah, I've been on
All at once.
Latuda and Risperdal.
Yep, they had me on 180 milligrams of Geodon a day, plus I think 60 of Risperdal, plus the Invega Sustenna shot. And I was still presenting symptoms and had no relief from symptoms. I mean, that was the crazy thing, is there was no relief from the symptoms. That was what, like, the doctor just couldn't understand is
That
like,
is the same. That's the same story I'm having.
yeah, it didn't go
They're
away.
saying, they're saying treatment's just not working. They were wanting to do like shock therapy on my brain.
Yeah, they
Like,
wanted to
I'm
do the same
not
thing
for
to
that.
me, and I gave my life to Jesus after I died, like completely and totally. At that point, like I kind of like accepted salvation, but there was a whole lot about Jesus I didn't understand or even like, honestly, because of the church that I'd experienced growing up. But then I learned that that's not Jesus. Like, the people that hurt me, that's not Jesus. The people who condemned me for like being different, that's not Jesus.
That's just people.
That's just, yeah, that's unfortunate. That's their own pain and insecurity and their own darkness and chaos inside of them. So I had to learn, like, okay, who is Jesus really? And that's when I started building that relationship, and just over and over and over again, dude, Jesus kept sending people into my life in the most crazy freaking circumstances. I had, like, when I was in the homeless shelter after all of that, like, some dude came up to me, a different guy, mind you, this is like a black guy, just got out of prison. And he said, hey, like, this may sound weird to you, but God is asking me to share with you Ephesians chapter 6, and that you need to pray this over yourself every single day. And I'm like, okay. So I sat down and he taught what that was. Ephesians chapter 6 is all about the armor of God. Like, even then, what's going on, Vic?
Sorry, I got excited. The realms are now open.
Oh, okay, cool. So I will jump over there in just a second. So, like, that started the journey of, like, understanding spiritual warfare and understanding, okay, how do we actually fight? What does this war actually look like that we seem to be a part of, unbeknownst to ourselves?
You know, this makes me think of a question, and it's the last question I'll ask.
You can ask as many as you want to,
I
bro.
know I'm kind of nuking your stream right now.
No, dude, but
If
this
there's
is
no
what
one
this
else
is
asking
here for.
questions.
This is what it's here for. You're not nuking anything. You're actually doing what this is here for, bro.
All right.
This is the
They're
entire
asking
point.
questions, that
No, what
I was
you're
gonna
doing is
ask-
amazing.
This is like it's kind of a sidebar, but not really. Like,
Okay.
as far as like your ability to feel others' emotions,
Mhm.
would you say that that's exhausting? And would you say that, like, donning the armor, that, as you put it, would you say that helps with, like,
Okay,
your
so-
like, you know, dealing with that?
Let me. I'll have to define a few things here. So, at first, it was exhausting. Yes. Before
That's how I feel. It's
Yeah.
exhausting.
So at first, what I had to learn to do is I asked Jesus to shield my heart. I asked him to be my shield and my armor, because that's really what the armor of God is. It's your relationship with Jesus Christ, the love and truth that he shares with you. All right. So I asked him to protect my heart, my mind, my soul from the things I did not need to feel, and to feel and to see the things that I needed to in order to help those individuals that he was bringing into my life. So, yeah, sometimes does it still feel difficult? Sure. But last I checked, if you're working out, if you don't continue to increase the weight, you don't continue to grow. So it went from, holy crap, I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, for me, I literally was feeling an entire, like, city's worth of emotions when I first, like, got off all the drugs and was raw, and just, it was painful, extraordinarily painful. I was dealing with other people's thoughts. I had no idea how to deal with all of this stuff. It was insane. I mean, I was absolutely miserable. I I didn't know how to shut it off. I just wanted it to go away. But what it ended up doing is causing me to go deeper and go, okay, Jesus, what is all of this? Like,
Right.
why am I experiencing all of this? Where is all of this coming from? And then started, like, just like cleaning a really, really dirty room, I started one piece at a time. Okay, hey, so this is this thought. This is where this is coming from. This is this emotion. All right, this is rooted in this. All right, so I know where to put this, etc. And it was just, yeah, that's what it took. It was like repairing a house. I had to go step by step throughout the house and throughout myself, throughout my own heart and mind, together with Jesus Christ, and repair the areas that had been broken down, like sometimes just tear complete sections out and rebuild it. Yeah, like that was the first 3 years, dude.
Yeah, it's been, I stopped taking, you know, all the medicine probably about a year ago now. And I've been working, like, you know, trying to kind of heal myself, you know. That's kind of where the journey started. And
Yep, that's how it started with me
really,
too, bro.
really, it's just like this empath, you know. It's the ability to empath with people. It's a curse and a gift. It's a gift in it being able to help people,
Yeah.
but it's a personal curse
Well,
sometimes.
hey, so something, may I be able to, first let me ask, Jesus, okay if I share this with him? I heard yes, please. All right, dude. So would you be willing to just kind of trust me for a second? I mean, maybe I'm asking a lot, but would you be willing to just close your eyes for a second?
Yeah.
All right. So I'd like you to ask Jesus to show you his spirit within you.
Okay.
All right. There is going to be a power that is emanating from that. Okay. Just let me know what he shows you.
You want me to like verbally say this?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay. I see a bright light.
Okay.
And I see a sword. It's like a shining sword. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay. Okay. So like for instance, when I do that, what I see is like for myself, I see this giant white ball of fire, like a sun that is several hundred times the size of like anything I've ever seen
Yeah,
before.
it was like a very bright light is what I saw.
Yeah.
And then when I looked deeper, it was, you know, it was just like a burning sword.
Okay.
You know?
So what I'd like you to do is I just want you to like access that. Okay. However that looks like for you, whether you take hold of it, whatever it is, I want you to ask Jesus if that's okay with him first and foremost. I mean, it is his power you're accessing.
Okay.
All right. Now what I want you to do is take that. I want you to surround your entire physical being with that. From head to toe, man. And then what do you feel? Because for me, dude, when I do that, I don't feel anything but myself.
I feel kind of lighter. I'll say I feel
Okay.
lighter.
Okay.
I don't feel as heavy.
Okay. So what I just taught you to do is to put up a shield. Okay. That's all that is. Quote unquote the shield of faith. All right. It's a literal yet also spiritual like ability that everybody who follows Christ has access to. But these are things that are not taught in the Christian church today. This side of spiritual warfare is often considered like heretical in a lot of churches because they believe in the cessationist gospel, where
Right.
all of the miracles and everything like that, of the disciples is no longer accessible to us, and it's like, well, that's bullcrap. Like, yeah, then what the heck am I? And then I've had people literally tell me, well, you're just demon possessed, and you're just evil, and you're just you're this and you're this. It's like, but bro, I'm helping people.
I didn't know if there was like a sect of Christianity where they believe this way. Like
There are, but it's very fragmented.
Okay.
So there's the apostolic, the Pentecostal, and the charismatic are kind of the three branches of that Protestant part of the Protestant Reformation. So our ministry is interdenominational. Okay. So basically, we sit there and say, hey, as long as you believe in the foundational elements that make up, the way, following Jesus Christ, I'll have a conversation with you. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree with you on everything, but like I will still call you brother, and whatever theological and doctrinal beliefs that we have that are different, I'm sure they can be worked out in some way. Okay, that's what I do. I believe that there are followers of Jesus Christ who are Catholic, who are Eastern Orthodox, that are Protestant,
Right.
etc. I also believe that there are a lot of people in the midst of all of that that have really no idea who Jesus really is. They're just following a set of rules that they've been given.
Yes, that's kind of that was really, what in the beginning, in my formative years, it's what turned me off was
Ditto.
like seeing my grandpa, like, he would say he's a good Christian man, and then he would just turn around and be suing everybody, and he's like a very greedy person,
Yeah, yeah, and it was
Like-
a similar issue. Like, see, my stepfather was actually a PK. He was a pastor's kid, and he was the meanest person I'd ever met. Like, he was like, yeah, like narcissistic personality disorder type A.
Yeah, I think we spoke about that
Yeah.
on Wow, that first
and
night that we
like
spoke.
I do love the man. I do. I still want what's best for him. But I also like had to come to the conclusion that the way he was treating me was that's not Jesus. That's not love.
Mm.
And that's what Jesus Christ teaches, is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, to love your neighbor as yourself, and to love one another as he has loved us. Like, those are the commands that he gives us. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. This sums up all of the law and the prophets. All of the Old Testament is summed up in that one sentence. Yeah.
I have a lot to think about. This kind of cleared things up. I think
I hope so.
I'm gonna talk to Jesus more.
Dude, go for it. Hey, so
Yeah.
one last thing I just want to reiterate. Make sure that you test. Okay? Make sure that the source that you are speaking to, the spirit that you're speaking to, okay, is
And it's so crazy. It raised some alarms for me when you first said that, because there is another spirit that I've been talking to.
okay. Yeah, that doesn't
Um,
surprise me. Like, dude, at any given time, dude. I mean, I've had conversations with angels. I've had conversations with fae. I've had conversations with creatures I don't have names for.
this creature goes by, or he's a being. I don't know. This just sounds like schizophrenia, honestly. But
Right, from a
he
psychiatric
identifies as,
perspective.
you may know, he identifies as a mun, AMUN.
I'm not sure. I mean,
And
the first thing that pops in my heart is a fae being. So, like, yeah, that's a very large, like, there's a lot of different creatures that kind of fit that bill.
yeah,
So here's the thing. This is the thing.
but
Go ahead.
I'll say he feels more chaotic and like selfish. And when I talk to Jesus, I just feel love and like compassion.
Correct. Well, so likely the reason that being is communicating with you, and why Yahweh is allowing that, is to show you the differences.
Mm.
Like, here's the thing: a lot of the psychiatric illnesses that people are diagnosed with are just spiritual abilities that have never been focused. They're supernatural gifts that have never been actually taught, or they've never been disciplined. See, my ancestors were druids on my mother's side, and mages. That was normal on like back in kind of our ancient history, coming out of like Ireland and Scotland and Wales.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even into the Black Forest on the Germanic side of things. So, like, that was a very normal part of my ancestry on both sides of my family. My biological father's side of the family was actually like English nobility, and were mercenaries and assassins and sorcerers and just really, really, really evil people. So it was quite the interesting combination when my mother and my father got together. Like, literally two complete polar opposites came together and then had me and my younger brother. So you can imagine the insanity that I grew up with. I had both sides of the
complete
spectrum. Yeah, like trying to constantly. Yeah, it was nuts.
That's like a theme right now for me is chaos.
Yep, but here's
and, like,
here's the
fighting
beautiful thing,
chaos.
bro. Chaos is just power without order.
Mm.
So when you can recognize and you can start taking that to Yahweh and transmuting it, and I'm using a rather secular term there, you actually start to receive that which is good. Now let me give you kind of a visual representation of this. So when you wash dishes, hopefully you wash dishes. I hope so. uh, like you don't add more dirt to the water to get the dishes clean, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you have to apply something that is the opposite nature, correct? A solvent in the form of
Mm.
soap. It makes the water like take on properties that breaks down the oil and the grease, etc., right?
Right.
It's the same thing in spiritual warfare. Like if you were
So-
being assaulted by fear, the opposite of fear is faith. It's trust, but trust in what? That's usually where a lot of people stumble with fear, is because their faith is in themselves, which is fallible, so it's very weak. Well, when you start to place your faith in something beyond yourself, something that is infallible, something that has real foundation and a real strength, well now you have the ability to be courageous. You have the ability to face fear and to stand against it and to receive the blessings found in facing that fear. Same thing with lust. Like, well, what is lust? Well, it's basically you're worshiping something outside of God. You're receiving something or objectifying something. You're making an idol out of it, and you're saying, well, hey, I'm going to worship this instead of worshiping the divine. You know, that's what lust is in essence. I mean, you can worship food, all right, gluttony, all right. You can worship money, greed. Those are all manifestations of lust. And then I think the biggest one, the cardinal sin, pride. Well, what is pride? Well, that's the exaltation of self over others. You say, I am God. I don't need anyone. I am perfect in and of myself. Everything I do is great, yada, yada, yada. And so the opposite of pride is humility. The opposite of lust is gratitude. Like when you start to be grateful and you start to place those things under the umbrella of the divine, Yahweh, now what happens is you start to understand that everything in reality is a gift in one form, shape, or another, that life is happening for you, not to you. You're not a victim.
Mm.
And now you start to heal, because now you recognize that you are loved and that you are valued and that the God of all creation is fighting for you and has been since the moment of your conception, because he knew you before then. Like, you're not an accident. No one is an accident.
Mm-mm.
Yes, free will does exist, but yes, God also has a plan. And his plan is to include our free will. That's where a lot of people stumble. It's like, well, how can an all-powerful, almighty, all-knowing God give us free will if he knows everything? Well, because he's the one that's giving us the choices. He's the one that has given us the free will. Without his sovereignty and his power, free will would not exist.
Mm.
He knows everything that will happen because he sees everything that can happen.
See a lot of logic in that too.
Yes, that's the point.
I really do. Because if you look at I can't remember the term. It's there's an order of like thought with how like physics work that
the
everything's
three laws of logic.
predetermined. And it's just it's interesting to like think about that in the perspective of like the being that created everything. At the creation would be able to know everything that happened.
Well, and that's the thing. Yahweh is not limited by space, time, and matter. He is outside of it
Yeah,
and
I
in
literally
it.
said that. I
Yeah.
literally said that to my, in that place, time isn't a thing.
Well, and I think a lot of it where people don't really understand what time is. Time is a unit of measurement. It's measuring experience.
It's human made,
Yeah, it's just a concept that helps us to keep track of our experiences and place them in a logical sequential order. It's really all
Exactly.
it is.
What really is a minute or a year, it's just
Correct. I mean, well, yeah, okay, we have a revolution around the sun. The world turned, that's the 24 hours roughly. But the reality is what is time? What is the purpose of the concept of time? And is to bring order to experience and to the memories associated with those experiences.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just so okay. So yeah, time is a concept that exists. It brings order. Okay, so yeah, space, time, matter. Okay, what are those things? All right, well, we see those things in the beginning. You know, there was God. Like he was before all things, yet he's also in all things that he then created, but he's not all things that he created. I mean, that's one of those concepts that kind of like he's in the fire, but he's not the fire. What? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, how does that actually work? But then it's like you're having to wrap your mind around infinity. You know, an individual, like we have infinite potential. Like Yahweh is truly infinite.
Mm.
Like, so infinite potential, seeking to understand that which is infinite, is a very difficult concept. But it's possible.
Yes.
So it's like once an individual's mind grasps the concept of nothingness, they have the ability to grasp the concept of everything. Wait, how does that work? Well, once you understand the law of
I can't
opposites.
believe you just said that. Yeah, he just said that. We were just talking about that. Me and my wife heard you, and she was like, "What did he just say?"
Welcome to my life, guys.
We were just talking about this, like when, like
Yeah.
2 nights ago. Yeah, you literally said that exact same phrase when we were talking about this.
Yeah. Once you understand the concept of nothing, you have the ability to understand the concept of everything. And that's usually where we start. I mean, when you look at like, for instance, like the programming model for AI, that is how they actually write into an AI like rhetoric, like infinite variability, is by bringing it to a negative imaginary number. They use e to the power of -1.
Mm.
That is like, so to understand infinity, the AI model has to understand nothing.
Yeah, that is a very good way to explain it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I'm
it's
actually going to research this because this is, with the AI model, that's very interesting to me. E to the power of -1, and that's how they teach the AI model to understand that concept. Like, that's
you have to
a very interesting
understand
concept.
nothing to understand everything. It's like,
because
what?
AI models literally work like large language model, AI, and it's how they learn is very similar to our brains.
Correct.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's same architecture, just much simpler right now.
Correct.
For now.
Well, and it
So,
doesn't have the emotional frequency at this point.
yeah.
Because emotion is often the way that we are able to interact with the spiritual aspect of ourselves, in understanding like the experiences that we've had and the preconceived notions that we have in those experiences. You know, for instance, we walk into a field and all of a sudden we're attacked by a tiger. Every time we go into a field now, we're going to have some caution that there's going to be a tiger there. You know, that's a normal, that's a very normal way that our mind, our spirit is able to adapt to different situations. But then what happens is we have this overabundance of fear. Now that every single field we ever go to, we stop going because I'm going to be attacked.
Yeah, that's trauma right there. You know,
Correct,
that's the
Amundo. That's
definition of
why, yeah,
trauma.
dude, I didn't leave my house for years because of things that had happened to me. Which was really crazy. When I was going to go out to do something that was illegal, I didn't have fear. Yeah, there was no fear when I was going to do something that was bad. But whenever I would go to do something that was good, like, you know, go to a church service or hang out with friends, I'd get hit with so much fear. Now, that's what I would consider irrational, intrusive fear.
I was gonna ask what was like your reasoning for that?
There
fear?
was no good reason. That was the biggest struggle, is I didn't understand why I felt what I felt, why I could go out and deal with individuals at a moment's notice, could put a gun to my head and blow my head off.
I
But
think it was familiarity, maybe. Like
no, it didn't.
familiarity
I spent
with-
more time in church than I ever did doing those things.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I mean, I was a criminal for a few years in comparison to the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So there was,
Fair
yeah. So what I learned over time is that there was a spiritual being a demonic spirit, if you will, that was doing its best to keep me trapped and in a lane that it was able to control and manipulate me. Fear ruled my life. I was more willing to listen to fear than I was to apply faith or trust in anything. So I didn't trust myself. I lied to myself
So
so much.
basically, your energy was being manipulated.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, if you want to look at, and goodness gracious, like everything that we see is energy in one form or another produced by spirit. Spirit produces energy. Okay? Like demonic spirit, sin takes energy. It doesn't give anything. It's always a loss. Fear just drains you. Pride just drains you. Lust just drains you. It doesn't actually give anything back. That's one of the greatest tests of any conversation. I mean, dude, do you feel exhausted right now?
I'm feeling good.
Okay. So what do you think I'm giving you?
I think you're giving me clarity.
There you go.
And things to think about.
So what I'm doing is I'm expressing love in one form or another, in the form of understanding and giving you context and sharing experience.
Yeah, I feel relieved. I was, I was wanting to talk to you about, the experience I've had, but I was feeling anxious at first that I was still going to be seen as crazy.
Nah, not by me, dude.
And
like,
now I feel relieved that I wasn't like viewed as crazy,
Yeah, dude, they could call me the king of the crazies and I'd be okay with it. I don't really care, dude. Like, it's one of those things. I've experienced so much stuff in this life in just the 36 years that I've been here. There's a reason why most of my hair is white, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Like,
yeah, it's been an absolutely amazing, wild ride, and I'm only 36 years old.
Yeah. What are the next 36 years?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, I've experienced the worst of the worst that this world has to offer. I've experienced hell. I've experienced torture. I've experienced every evil thing this world has to offer. And I'm not joking. Like, so with that comes a resilience.
I was going to bring
determination.
That up. You built resilience.
Yeah.
By like overcoming,
Correct.
By overcoming the crap, that all that hard stuff.
Well, and that's the beautiful thing. That's the promise that Jesus Christ gives us, that all who believe in him will overcome the world just as he has. He experienced every evil thing and more that this world had to offer. And he overcame sin and death in order to make a way for every single one of us. That's the gift of salvation, bro. That was what he did. That which knew no sin became sin for us. Now, that doesn't mean like he is sin itself. That's not what that means. He took it upon his physical self so that his divine nature was able to destroy it.
Well, something interesting that happened when I was with my mom, and I was doing that meditation and helping her. Afterwards, when I came home that night, I'm a 30-year-old man, but I came home, and for some reason I just broke down and I sobbed, and I didn't understand what was going on.
Yep.
I didn't just cry, like I was sobbing, and there wasn't anything weird that had happened that day, but I found it really compelling that my mom told me that she couldn't feel like that sadness anymore, and because I hadn't told her about that experience of me coming home that night, and I don't know if I took on what had happened, and then like Jesus diffused it.
Yeah, bear one another's burdens, and in so doing show yourself a disciple of Christ. That's how we help to heal. That's how we help to heal others, is by bearing their burdens, their pain, their sin. We pick up our cross, which is the sin of others. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And we help them find freedom from it so that they may do the same for somebody else. That's how this world heals, bro.
Do you think there's danger in doing that, though?
Oh, of course.
Because it was a very
Jesus Christ died, bro.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say no. I'd be lying to you, bud.
It was an intense, like, it was intense, man. I was consumed with sadness that night.
Yeah,
and
welcome
that
to depression.
Wasn't mine,
Yep.
I took it.
Yeah, dude, and I think like this is something that I would love to see more conversation in the Christian church, like today, of what it actually means to follow Jesus Christ. To bear one another's burdens. When you pray for somebody, when you really pray from your heart, what you're doing is you are interceding. You are literally taking their burden, you are taking it to God so that they may find freedom. Like that's the essence of intercession. That's the essence of praying for another person. And yeah, of course, and some people are able to bear larger burdens than others. Like when I'm working with people, like when I'm like in my bio here on TikTok, it says healer. Well, I'm talking about real healing. I'm talking about spiritual healing that manifests physically. Like I'm not just some whack job. I have tons and tons of evidence to back up what Yahweh has enabled. But
I can tell you, like, after experiencing that, it's definitely like that. It opened my eyes, you know?
Yeah. And that's what that looks like, dude, is literally you help that other person deal with the pain that's inside of them. Like, that's what it means to have a gift of mercy. That's what it means to help others heal. A gift of mercy is the ability to experience another people's pain as your own and help them to heal from it. It's what I do every day, bro. Like,
yeah, I can't imagine taking on multiple burdens like that. How
it's just
like
yeah,
the resilience, you know, the resilience you have to have.
well, it didn't happen all at once, bud. Like, I didn't get good at that like overnight. Like, it was something where Jesus had to teach me step by step, and I had to learn not to take on more than what I needed to at a time.
Right.
Like, you know, there's some amazing people in my life that Jesus has placed in my life for me to help them heal. You know, some of them deal with lust, some of them deal with pride, some of them deal with comparison, you know, feelings of not being enough, etc., etc. So what happens is I also get attacked with those things. And then as that happens, I can speak the truth, I can speak life over those things, and it gives them an opportunity to heal.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. That's what it means to be a healer. It doesn't mean I'm just going around snapping my fingers and taking away everybody's physical ailments. Like, sometimes those physical ailments are there for a reason because they've done something really stupid and they have a lesson to learn.
Yeah, something that there's a cost, you know, there's a cost to that as a human, you know, there's a cost to doing that.
Well, and here's the crazy thing. I think a lot of people don't understand about those who follow Jesus Christ. There is a cost, and the cost is your ego. Like, that's what we are called to sacrifice. We are called to make of ourselves a living sacrifice. For that is our holy and acceptable worship, to not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind, so that through testing we are able to discern the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. That's Romans 12, verses 1 and 2. That's what we're called to. It's to make our life a living sacrifice. To live in humility before God. That's what we're called to.
That's something I need to, like, definitely I'm going to actively think about this, you know.
Yeah, and here's the beautiful
because
thing, bro.
I agree that would be a good thing, you know.
Yeah, I don't see a drawback other than, yeah, life is
No.
difficult at times. Yeah, I experience emotional turmoil and pain, but I did that before. That was there
Exactly.
before. Except now I have a way to actually deal with it, and I can find freedom from it and help others do the same.
Right.
So I'm definitely no worse off. I'm 1,001 times better off than I've ever been in my life. And I get to actually experience real joy. I get to be at peace. I get to really love and experience being loved by others. I can actually experience that now. I can receive love. I didn't have that before, dude. I used to think I was just this worthless piece of crap that nobody could ever love.
Yeah, I've been there, man. I know what that's like.
And it was miserable. And so much of it was self-inflicted.
It is. It's almost, for me, it's almost entirely self-inflicted.
Yeah. And I mean, I definitely had people that helped to cement those beliefs. but it was still my choice what I wanted to do with it once I recognized that they were there.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't choose to get hurt when I was a kid. I didn't choose to be abused and molested and all that kind of crap. I didn't choose that. But
Mm.
now as an adult, I have a responsibility to heal from it or bleed on people around me that didn't hurt me. And I'm not going to do it.
And I want to say thank you again. I gotta go, but
Oh,
thanks
it's
for
all
talking
good,
to
bro.
me. You know,
Hey, you're
I
welcome, man.
appreciate it.
Dude, seriously, stop by
And
anytime. And dude, you didn't hijack this, okay? This is exactly what
yeah,
was supposed to happen, okay?
yeah,
Like, I don't see this as an accident. This was this is recorded. It's going to be on YouTube. Like, and this has the potential of helping a lot of people. A lot of people.
yeah, man. That's good. Yeah, thank you, and you know, thank was it Brachial? Was it
Yeah,
Brachial talking?
Brachial, Bickham's, Jordan, whatever you want to
Yeah,
call him.
Dickens.
Just don't call him late for dinner.
Thanks for thanks to you too, man. Thanks for your input on helping me sort things out.
Hey, dude, you're welcome. Thank you so much, bro. I love you, man, and
Yeah.
have an amazing night.
Yeah. I'll see you guys. All right.
All right, peace out.
Yep. See ya.
Wow. So that was great. That was fantastic. I mean, I enjoyed every minute of that. So hey, Mr. Bickham's, would you be willing to take a second and pray and discern? Did I say everything that was needed to be said? Was I incorrect or fallacious in anything?
Mary, yeah. You did.
Yeah, I did what? That could answer both of those
You
questions.
you said everything that needed to be said.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, now I'm going to see if it'll let me connect to Ashes of Creation. I can create a character.
Now, did you want to use, or do you want to use the Linux server or not?
Mm-hmm.
Because you talked about working with, or not in his guild, but
I'm not sure. Pray about it, dude. Tell me what you hear.
server. And it's also, from what I've watched and seen, one of the more well, like, hey, people talk and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
communal based servers. But
Yeah, it already has a developed economy, or an economy that is developing.
oh right, I mean, it'll all get reset come 20th, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So December 20, that's beta 2 testing that starts, right?
Yep, there's going to be a full server wipe of all servers.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So what are your thoughts?
I'm hearing, yeah, try that, try different ones, like make different, yeah, dude, we're here to test. So it's definitely not get like super invested in anything. I'm going to be, like, what I'm going to do is go around testing environmental stuff. So I'll make sure that I get high enough level to be able to fight some of the monsters, because I think max level is 25. But I'm looking at, like, all right, where are there pitfalls? Where I'm going to try and, like, get into weird zones and break stuff is what I'm going to do.
But I would still like us to be on the same server that we can play together.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking,
you were
have you
going
seen
to
the anime quality testing in Another World?
there? Oh, quality insurance info.
That right there. Quality or quality, something like that. It's basically where they get teleported into a video game, VR game, they get trapped, etc.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well. Would have been the perfect reference. But no, basically, just try out different characters.
So did you say you are gonna join Lilith, or are you gonna join another server?
You can go ahead. I mean, it's the same framework on every server.
Yeah. What race you picking?
I have no idea yet. Definitely something not creepy.
There's also gonna be a.
Yeah, by the way, there's a lot of, so I'm not hearing much of what you're saying. So when this is updating, this uses an enormous amount of bandwidth while it's updating. Like, it doesn't really affect OBS so much, but it does mess with TikTok a little bit and, messes with Discord quite a bit.
A lot what? Hello? Okay, yeah, you're breaking up.
Yep.
Thing.
All right, guys. I'm actually here. See if I can.
Sorry,
Pick
just
your class and everything. Race. So there's only 3.
as of yet, like I said, there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's
Mhm.
the society organized. Of all races, deep ancestral pride provide them with a keen sense of duty. They can be gregarious, friendly, and
Okay.
also look like just kind of their.
Bum, bum,
It's true.
ba-da, bum, bum, ba-da, ba-da, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. Ba-da, 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 ba-ba, ba-ba-bow. Do 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 do. All right, can you guys hear me yet?
I heard you a little bit there, but
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's tough.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I
definitely not
shut
clear.
down TikTok Live Studio just because there is something about it that interferes with the ashes of creation. Like both like they just it does not like it while I am getting everything going on this and TikTok. Doesn't seem to bother OBS Studio any. Like YouTube seems to be functioning just fine. Yeah, for whatever reason. It is what it is. So yeah, I'll go live again once everything is set up. Can you guys still hear me, or are we back to it being all over the place?
TikTok or other crap. Huh.
I whatever. I'll just be patient.
The last.
um, yeah, they do kind of just throw you in here. There's like the questings and stuff like that. All that's going to be brought up. That's with Phase 2, which is coming December 20th. That's what they're going to bring in here. Ooh, a bit of a couple problems you have. Cut them down. I do shall. Shield. Oh, 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 oh. I just got timed out. The person, how's your day?
I will be right back, folks.
Hey, he speaks. Wait, what? Why? There. Yay! I killed my first goblin.
How's the combat compared to WoW?
Uh, um, I I like it better, to be completely honest. Um, it feels more. I don't know how to explain this. It's press F. Okay. I just found an infinite. What the? What the? What the? That's funny. Um, I'm just gonna collect a bunch and see if I can sell them. This is an interactable area here, and just get however many you want from there. Um. Oh, this guy has a bear as a mount. You had to get that from a drop because you can't get the. One or one. Welcome to Vera or welcome to. So I'm guessing this is west, this is east. I mean, the map is a little rough, but that is
Rough
to
how?
be expected. Huh? Uh, pretty pixelated. Oh, so fascinating. Alrighty, I guess you shall be heading this way. I shall run this way. Same, like the movement is same as in WoW, like holding your mouse is how you run. Um, E or Q is a normal attack. Um,
Okay. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello.
hello, hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, we hear
Okay,
ya.
I need to turn down some master volume here. This is
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go live again. Live and learn. When updating Ashes, don't be live. Okay.
this is fun.
Did you guys see my message in Core Men?
I did not know.
So I was asking about, like, what are your thoughts on the conversation earlier?
I had a lot of fun. I haven't found someone before saying they talked to Jesus.
Yeah, outside of
That was
Yep, I know. That's how it was for me. It's like, what is
it's
happening?
like, hey, yo, yeah, no, that you're not weird at all.
Oh
'Cause
my
I
gosh, we
fe-
have it. We're connected. Yeah. Okay. So where are
'cause
we
I
going,
kept
Lyneth?
getting Lyneth, Lyneth.
Yeah, I see that.
Um,
Character.
because I kept getting the sense that he thought he's gonna be ridiculed or something.
Yeah,
I'm
not
like,
by us.
Nah,
Yeah.
So
not from us, dude. We're
there's
happy.
Vec,
One of us.
Kalar, and Empyrean. I'm going Kalar.
Yeah, that's what I did. And guess what? I'm a male this time.
All right. I'm gonna go Mage off the bat.
Ooh. I got Dog Lynn. I got it my first drop.
What's that?
I'm not sure.
Appearance. Oh. Okay. I'm not gonna go too crazy into this.
I didn't either. My character looks like
It's
a
like a section to morph. What?
Booga
the-
booga.
yeah. It
Oh,
looks
dude,
like
you can really play
Oh,
with
yeah.
Like you
this.
could be doing Geico commercials.
you can. But I was like, dude, I'm gonna. I just want to
Yeah.
play, dude.
Yeah, I'm not
my
going
guy's
through all
gonna
that
have
right
a helm
now.
here soon. My character's gonna disappear within
All right,
about
dude.
a month.
I'm logging
you know?
in, guys. We're getting somewhere.
And ladies and gentlemen, I have reached level 2.
Wow.
Alright, I'm gonna make my enough farming sickly goblins. I'm gonna head to the next city I'm supposed to head to.
All right.
Equipment I can.
Whew. All right, come on.
Oh, it's a two-hander.
All
That's
right.
why I can't.
Hey, thank you for joining this adventure. The first night you're about to experience a work in progress. Life's the game. There's a fair amount of bugs. Main experience. Your main goal for this phase to test scalability, stability, core loops, and our gameplay. Squash bugs. Yada 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 yada. Okay, so we provide feedback at forums@creation.com. Okay.
Tree, dude.
Okay. There's a. Okay. All right.
Dang. Okay. I need to choose everything here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like
not
you
sure.
only get one. I only get 1 point per level, and you need to use that point to either in your class for a certain skill, or in your weapons to do whatever, to unlock different weapon stuff. So the first one, all
Yeah,
weapon
I'm
combo
just-
attacks gain 3% penetration, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'm just gonna find
or
some
you
stuff
can use
to.
it in stamina
Oh
and
my gosh.
get different stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the
Or you
movement
can use
is
it in your
really
skill
clunky.
book.
The movement's really clunky.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Like. So you have like
I like my
so
movement.
WAS and D, like you have back, but like what A does instead of turning your character just causes you to run like side to side.
Oh yeah, I'm using my mouse to run. I'm not using.
Now, but here's the thing. This is the curious thing. Using the arrow keys, you have your normal movement. Like I would have in like say like World of Warcraft. So I don't know why that's so different.
What does Q and E do? Is that different?
It's
That's
some
your
kind
side
of
stepping.
Normal
yeah.
attack.
That's some kind
Use
of
your normal attack. E is block for me. I'm not sure.
Oh,
He's a mage, so
okay.
I'm not sure what he does.
I don't know. All right, I'm just gonna.
Can you reset all that?
Ow! Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Okay,
Thank
good.
the gods you've arrived safely.
You get used to hitting
Disorientation
numbers.
upon arrival to the world of Vera is natural. Essence is the very energy
Why
of
can't I use it
creation.
right now?
It flows throughout Vera into a... You'll have plenty of time to discover that on your own. For now, it's best if you hurry off to Lionhold. We are having a bit of a goblin problem at the moment. Disgusting
Hey,
creatures.
goblins!
Hunt them down and
Yay!
cross your path. Take this with you.
I'm heading to the next city. No, I want to use my skill point, but I don't know what I need. Goodness, there's so many things I can use it for.
Goodness gracious, there's just... They do kind of throw you in there, don't they? Nodes. Village. Mayor, Music Master, Emperor, Narc? What the heck? Okay, so the nodes are what, okay, help you to kind of balance out what you're exactly wanting to do. Okay. Options, alright. Video, thank you. Why is it 1024 by 768? Why not 1360 by 768? Or 1920 by 1080? Yeah, that would work a lot better. Graphics quality, I will go with that. Super resolution. We're going to go with balanced. Frame generation. Goodness gracious. We finally got it up to working here. Particle spawn rate, frame rate is something special here. Gameplay. Alright. Oh, that looks so much better. Hey, there we go. Oh, some of the music is... This is Ashes of Creation. This is the game that we are testing. Okay. I gotta turn down the audio. This is nuts.
I know, the wind is extremely loud.
Yeah, it was uncomfortably loud. Like, what the heck? Am I in a flippin', like, thunderstorm? I just want to find something and smack it. That's really all I want
Walk
to do.
outside the main castle. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of goblins.
Yeah, slay some sickly goblins. Now, how do I do it? That's the question.
Q and E, and then one and two. Not F1 and just your normal 1 and 2.
Seriously, not a huge fan of that. There's so many things happening.
Oh, by the way, I mean, there's also NPCs you can talk inside that give you a medallion that triggers the quest to go to the next city. I just found that out by randomly walking up to an NPC and talking to him.
Okay. What is? Okay, that switches elemental and power. Remove your current elemental. Okay. All right, but then what is? That's Q. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I'm getting it, kinda. Okay.
Oh, okay, so per level, you get 1 point for your class, your weapon, your stamina, I believe, and your skill book, I believe. I don't know, your skill book doesn't do anything, it just shows you what you have, but, and your stamina. So per point, basically you get 3 points, 1 to put in class, 1 to put in weapon, 1 to put in stamina. For me, anyways. Cool.
It's like I'm playing a Harry Potter basically right now.
I love my combat as a warrior. I'm not sure how you
It's
like
just like
yours
I'm
or
like
not.
flicking, like I'm basically flicking. What the? I don't know what I just did here. Like all of a sudden I'm in a weird different targeting reticule. I do not know what just happened here, to be completely honest. Okay, so I can tab target. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I can move and okay, that's gonna be the thing I'm gonna have to get used to. Is like I can move around and attack at the same time, which is kind of cool. Like you definitely slow down.
Dude, this is fun. Not sure how you feeling about it, but
Yeah, I do like the combat once I'm like getting used to it. It is more interactive. It's definitely not what I'm used to, that's for sure.
yo, bro,
But
what level you? What level
I don't
you?
know.
I know, I'm asking this guy. Oh, he's a level 7, no wonder. It's like, dude, you just one-shot like 8 golems. He's amazed. Like, dude, what's going on here? Ah, you're a level 7. Alright,
Yeah, so it
found a weird
automatically
bug
goes
already.
to the...
Cool.
Okay, cool, dude. Okay. I can see how PvP would be a blast in this once they get the... I think all the controls a little more smoothed out. Yeah, there's definitely some glitches with the mobs are still not moving, like, well. I think there are some non-targetable abilities that actually are important later on. Alright, it feels like I'm like, what'd I do? Up connection to realm timed out, I just get kicked off.
Yeah, that happened to me as well. But
Oh,
after I walked out of the main cathedral area, I was fine. And there's a weird collision mechanic right here.
Yeah, the main area is just way too busy, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people do say to get out of that area and.
Yeah,
Alright, so how do I?
still don't really like the controls that much. Like, I do think they could be way smoother. Like, I may be able to change. I'm gonna try with the key bindings, and like looking at the directional, like versus the WASD
The
keys.
crocodile's a
I think
mount.
would be something that would be super helpful. What are you doing here? You're trying to.
How do you report something? I don't know if this is worth it to report or not, but it's a weird collision mechanic nonetheless.
They're reported, dude. You go to the forums and you just report it on the forums. I don't know exactly where. It says servers are full. That's one of the reasons why that's why it's Lenneth's servers. That's the thing, I think. We can find a different server, guys. Like, I wouldn't mind doing that just so that there's less competition for... Because, dude, this is just... Yeah, I want to be able to goof around with stuff, and it's like right now it feels like it's too much. Yeah, it just kicked me off again. So I'm going to, like, connect to a different server is what I'm going to do. I'm going to check out, like, what other servers they have available if I can get a better connection.
No, you're going to lose your character.
I don't care at all. So, yes. I'm not going to be on too much longer. I'll probably come back on later tonight, though. Like, I want to spend some time with the girls and with Arthur.
Ooh, I got some boots, dude.
No sound detected. Seriously? You guys are something.
Well,
dude,
it
just connected me to EU. Like, I didn't even... That's cool.
You're in the EU
Hello,
server?
Jake. What is going on here? All right, we're just gonna do this. Create the character. But it's not letting me. The funny little glitches that we deal with. All right,
I
I'm
can
gonna
hop.
close.
What server did you join, bud? That way I know.
Shoal. What's up, Jake? How are you doing, sir?
Shoal?
Yep, Shoal. SHOL. It's EU. I'm just restarting everything.
Well.
I just restarted everything because it was doing a weird little glitches. But here's the thing, dude. It's an in-development game. Like, I don't expect it to freaking work perfectly right off the bat, like, at all. I actually expect it to be broken in 1,001 different ways, and then we get to figure out what is broken and then play with it. Oh, change realm. All right, so we've got literally there's 3 EU servers. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop on Shoal. Is what I'm gonna do. create a character.
Well, I'm not going to join you right away until I know it's a good server.
Now, we'll find out, right?
Yeah.
Archetype. I'm gonna go with mage. Or do I want to go something else? I'll stick with mage for now. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through all the server is full. Oh my gosh. Why do you gotta put me in giant servers?
White Devil. Someone's name I just ran into.
Okay. All right, there is way, like, I'm the only person at the starting area on this one. Yeah, and, like, it's not nearly as laggy. Now, I am going to play with key bindings here. And how are you doing today, Mr. Jake? And, dude, seriously, thank you for liking the live, man. I do appreciate it.
Well, this form, cast for sequel.
Key bindings. Movement.
I'm not sure why it's like to trigger for me. And also, fair warning, it doesn't tell you, like, the game doesn't tell you how to get your mount. There's a quest for it. Not sure where the quest is. Yeah. Do you have the gateway medallion? Yes, I do. Wonderful. I'm permitted to offer you a small care package on behalf of the glorious empire. Before I do, however, I must ask you. Ember Spring?
Ah, there we go. Now I can... That's better.
Alright. I need to attune my essence by at an Ember Spring nearby.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay, though. You can deal with that better. Now, it's, for whatever reason, like, the whole screen is, like, tons darker than what it was in the last one. I think it may just because it's nighttime here. Ha! That would be why.
Thank the gods you've arrived. Disorientation essence. You'll have plenty. We are having a bit of a goblin problem at the moment.
All right.
Disgusting creatures. Cut them down.
This is much better. All right. This is feeling better now. Like, there we go.
Away
Yeah,
I
but
go.
there's definitely some interactions yet, I think, in movement that really needs to be, like, really needs to be improved upon. Like, there's actual resistance with the wind. I don't know if you have, like, experienced that outside.
I haven't. No.
Damon Alastor. Like, somebody just, like, this guy I kind of feel sorry for. He, like, grabbed, like...
Old mob of goblins and got whacked.
Yeah, I'm trying to save him. All right, he's still alive. He's playing a tank, so it's like, well, hopefully.
Attune to this Spring, except. I probably resurrect here. Alright.
Okay.
This is now my home point. This is where I shall respawn now when I inevitably die.
Like,
Inevitably die.
yeah, I'm not sure. Like, there's a lot of weird collision mechanics. Like, you tried walking
I just
through a
had that
guard.
one.
Yeah, you try walking through a guard.
Okay.
I get stuck for a second, and then you can kind of, it's like, oh.
Yeah, that is like an automatic slowdown. Whoa!
Hey,
connection to
Bick,
the realm
could you
back
take
up.
a second, buddy, and just pray for me real quick? Somebody's not so happy with me at the moment. go west. Like, see, in WoW, like, if you're holding, like, the left mouse button and right mouse button and you hit A, you strafe. So I'm used to doing that, and now I can't do that, and it's kind of annoying. I mean, mind you, I know like, there's a lot of different things that are being improved upon. Asking me to go... Alright, I know where I need to go now.
My best ping area for me is at Arena. Anyways, you said you're in SHOL, Shoal?
Yeah. What is my elemental empowerment that I'm using? Doesn't really tell me which one I'm using. Ah, okay, I think it has something to do with... Maybe. I don't know. Oh my gosh, there's so many goblins. There's not enough me. I'm gonna see if I can run by and hide as much as possible. Oh, you can actually climb on things, kind of, sort of. Ew, duck and roll. Heal me, Mr. Healer. Alright, you're not gonna heal me. Fine, don't heal me. Did not like you very much anyways. Level 8, active players 3, the Horns of Betrayal. Well, okay. Comical creatures. I think most creatures can be comical in the right perspective. So there's a lot of different instance fighting I'm seeing here. So I know a lot of the instances are open world, which I think is really a really neat concept. You, Goblin Slayer. What?
Saw you kill goblins up there. Not a hint of fear in your eyes. You wield your newfound essence without train. It's interesting is all. Might be we have the makings of a hero in our midst. Say, that medallion they gave you up by the gate, Sloppy, give it here. Let me put a shine on it for you. One that befits a hero. No charge.
I just got the Shining Gateway Medallion. Oh, my wife has joined the TikTok. Oh, ho, ho. Hopefully it's to tell me that food is ready. I'm a little bit hungry. What can I say? It's definitely a thing.
Ooh. Welcome, newcomer.
Seriously, it looks so weird. Look at that. It's like the graphical engine is like, oh man, it's like gummy hands. Gummy hands. All right, I gotta open up the forums so I can actually be like bug reporting while I'm doing this, man. Official Talahad gummy hands. I don't know what else to call it. Milk Tea has joined. Well, hello.
How you feeling, bud?
How am I feeling? Oh. Well, I'm alive. Okay, how do I report? Check out an archive. Actually, get the latest news and join the discussion on games and forums. Recommend rules. How you stream? It looks like you're new here. Sign in.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, that's cool. Your audio system stays the same no matter where you go to. That's cool.
Okay.
Brother, stop stealing me goblins. These are my goblins. Alright, I'm gonna go find myself a little secluded place to fight me some sickly goblins. There we go.
All right, just trying to figure out how to do all the bug reporting here is a definite. It's fun, like honestly. I actually do like this kind of work, to be quite honest with you. Oops.
You want?
I do actually like this kind of work. Oh, for a sec, where do I need to? Bug reporting, bug mobs. Alright, what about... No, that's not...
You having fun yet, bud?
Well, right now I'm just figuring out how to do all the reporting and everything like that, so...
It showed you in the beginning on what WWE whatchamacallit to go to.
Okay, so there's a in-game bug reporting like tool, but I don't know where it's at. Let me try this. Like, I saw something, but I thought it was... Yes, just /bug. Okay, include screenshots. All right, my first bug report. Yeah, you just do /bug, bro. That's all you have to do. It's really simple. It's in game. You don't have to actually go to the forums to do it. Yep. So I reported my first bug. That's really what I'm interested in doing, though.
I didn't take a screenshot, so I can't bug
You're a
report
new
it.
face
I think
around
the
here.
screenshot is done
Welcome.
automatically
Do you
when
have
you
your
submit it.
gateway medallion?
It just takes
Oh.
a screenshot of the. Yeah.
Ah. What did you bug report?
I'm
So
permitted to
official
offer you a
Talahad
small care
in
package
Ruins
on
of
behalf
Ayla
our glorious
looks
empire. Before I do
like the
that,
character in
however, I
Gumby,
must ask
like,
you to
fused
visit our
together.
Ember Spring.
like just look on the live stream, dude. You'll see what I mean. Like it's like cross between Gumby
I
and
have my current
Spider-Man.
live stream going right now. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, it's definitely special. It's like see what I mean?
It looks like a puppet or something.
Yeah, dude, it's special. But yeah, my first, and then like here's another one, like so the character profile you see right here is different than the in-game like character model.
What do
You see
mean?
that? All right, so look at right here. Look at the profile, official Talahad, wonderful. Like I'm permitted to offer you a small care package, but then you look at the character here, official Talahad. It's definitely a chick. At least looks kind of like a chick.
Yeah, that is special.
So doing another bug report, guys. This is fun. I don't know why this is fun, but this is fun. I like this.
Yeah, this exact character right here just doesn't fight back. This exact goblin right here.
Brief description. Let's see, how do I want to? So, NPC portrait.
I'm not sure what I would do. The goblin isn't fighting back. Would that be
Weapons,
UI or something? Or
So that would be
Performance.
that. Yeah, that would be mob, like interaction. That's an AI bug. NPC
no-
portrait discrepancy bug type. It'd be under NPCs probably or quests is what I would do. Portrait is inaccurate to in-game character graphic. Submit bug report.
Have you attuned to the Ember Spring? If so, we
And what's
can
also
proceed.
cool, you can still run around and fight even if you have the bug report thing open.
Yay. This is I'm enjoying this.
Right? Well, there's no better way to find your feet than a commission.
Yeah, basically I'm noticing it's all of it. They just have a general portrait. They don't have the actual character portraits, like custom portraits for each NPC, like set up yet.
Odd jobs. The
So-
townsfolk around the outpost need me. They bring them to me, and I post them on the board. Used to do it myself. It's right.
And the actual like character dialogue between the character and the dialogue does not match. Like this is an old dude and he sounded like he's some like 20 something early 30-year-old like yeah. They definitely need some character voices. That's for sure. Bill Master Harold. That'd be fun.
Yay! I submitted my first bug.
Wow.
Well, that
We
was
can
fun.
do it, guys. We have the power.
7 Umber, yeah. Seriously, I'd have so much fun with all of that.
Someone
You
what?
look like you've got a sturdy back. Care to help transport this cargo into one of our burgeoning settlements? Sure, I can do that. Great. Deliver this to the storage clerk. Ooh, somebody has a horse. A horse, of course.
Of course it's a horse.
Mr. Ed is what just popped in my head. Get it? Mr. Ed. Oh my gosh.
How do I get up there?
All right, guys. That's gonna. I'll be honest. That's gonna be all for the stream today. I'm not gonna like stay here all day. I really want to spend some time with my family, and I need to let my brain rest.
Ah, it's only 10:41.
Yeah, you do what you're doing, sir. I appreciate the work that you.
I don't want to level too far beyond because if any of us are 4 levels above one another, there's a huge tax and XP that you get
Okay.
because they don't want you being carried or you carrying other people.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
So
Power
you get like
leveling.
75%. Yeah, you get like 75% less XP or something.
Well, honestly, I'm like this has an enormous amount of potential. It really, really does. Yeah, there's definitely fine tuning. A lot of fine tuning that needs to be done, but overall, like, yeah, I believe there's an enormous amount of potential here. Like when I'm looking at some of the,
I
like the
agree.
environmental detail. I mean, look at the sky, bro. Like there's a moon that has like been destroyed, like in the sky.
I'm not in the area where I can just
Like
see everything.
it is beautiful. I think this game has an enormous amount of potential. But
Like the wind of the trees, it looks a little derpy, but
well, yeah, I agree with you. It'll get there though. Like there's a
Cute.
lot of
Goblin
mechanics
Slayer.
they're working on. This is Alpha 2, bro. It's not even flipping in
well,
beta
right.
yet.
I realize that.
Like it's gonna be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. All right. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Like you guys, yeah, thank you. I look forward to like spending more time with you guys, like sharing insight as Jesus leads. I look forward to praying with you guys and just hopefully I can be here and I can encourage you and share my experiences. So guys, have fun. Have an amazing night. God bless. And I love you. Peace out.